Good evening and welcome to the Clubhouse. What'd you think?
Nice rock out on that one.
I was about to say, I had a lot of dead air there. Y'all making me nervous.
Yeah.
Well, you're the one that stopped talking.
This isn't the Shane show. Thank God.
But Joe never
not
talks,
here,
so
so
it's okay.
It's all on your shoulders, man.
I was telling the guys earlier, I said, this is going to be the fastest we're going to get through introductions because we don't have Izzo here. So
it's mic off already.
All right.
Uh-oh. What'd you do?
We just can't mention Pantera through the whole show because he's fired up now.
Okay.
Scott, I think he's kind of there too. So my bad, guys. My bad.
Oh, did someone mention that this sounded like Pantera?
I may have.
Okay.
I don't listen to music a whole lot unless I'm in the mood.
It's only about 100 beats per minute too slow.
That's why I said slow down. Whatever.
I thought that was a good slow jam.
I liked it. I liked it.
It worked out well.
I'd slow dance with you to it. Yeah. I mean,
So, Steve, how's your week been?
thank you, Scott.
Wow. Okay. We're going there. Got it.
I ain't blushing.
No, the week's been good. Sorry I missed last week. Had a friend that had a issue with the family, so I had to take over her class for her.
'Tis the season.
Well, yeah.
We done talked about this helping friends stuff, man.
I know.
You're gonna get the front bumper scratched this time.
No. She did not borrow my car. I had to cover her ham radio class. There's a difference. Nobody's touched my damn cars again.
I was about to say, this one didn't end up you having to go to the body shop.
Nope, no body shop, no cops called. We're good there.
Yeah.
Company Christmas party was this weekend. That was a good time. Actually got the wife all dressed up. So
Really?
yeah.
Did you dress up too?
I mean,
or
not
just
the wife, but it was a good time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, when I don't have to pay for anything, it's always a good time.
That's even better.
I mean, that's always a plus.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Christmas has exploded in my house, which is
mine
why
too.
you have all of this stacked in here now.
It looks like you're building a new ham shack.
No, actually, that's the old shelving unit that was sitting over here.
Oh, okay.
That all got taken down and everything's got kind of cleared out. And yes, it was an open bar run.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
I said I didn't have to pay for
My
anything.
Christmas parties don't involve that.
Oh, wow. But I'll be headed up to Columbia this weekend. Got to go pick up one of Mom's dogs because they're headed out of town. And I'm going to try to hit a couple of parks on the way.
So, little roving action?
Little roving action. Be quick, 12 and out, and move on to the next one because it's a 2-hour trip to her house.
Did you already talk about San Diego?
No.
Oh, wow.
Hadn't made it. But yeah.
Because I was sitting there going, I know we missed something.
Yep. Yeah, San Diego was the week prior. Got to meet up with Adam, K6ARK, and Heather, and a few others out there. Unfortunately, they had to meet me on Tuesday, but so I wasn't able to make Clubhouse that night. I think there's
playing hooky like I am.
Yeah, there's another trip coming up, because we've got another test event. I'm gonna hit Adam up if he's listening. I'm gonna fly out a day early, and we're gonna go do a soda.
A drive up, or are you actually gonna? Are you gonna?
this fat boy?
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, man.
This fat boy? Yeah, I think they got a 6-point drive up. What he was saying.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that on the stream, or Chuck mentioned that. One of them did.
So
there was a pretty decent drive up summit up there. I need to do a soda sometime.
Yep.
So, I mean, I actually want to hike up, so I need to borrow somebody's really light radio because the 7300 ain't going. Well, even though I watched on Adam's most recent video, he took a 7300 up for the bench, ham radio benches on the air.
Yeah, the 7300 and the amp, right?
Yeah.
Knowing him, because that man climbed that street that we were on for dinner like it was nothing. And he's like, guys, I'm walking slow. Oh, yeah. But
that's what happens when you're in shape. And I'm not talking about round.
Mountain goat over there. But no, good time other than the fact that San Diego's full of IPAs and nothing else.
Well, that's true. I totally blanked on me that you were going up there because I had a couple of beers that I was gonna tell you about. And then there's also a speakeasy that's inside of this library, and you sit down next to the fireplace and you pull like the fireplace tool and it rotates you into the speakeasy.
Oh.
So next time you go out there, hit me up and I'll tell you which one it is. But the inside of it is cool. And they've got like this fantastic whiskey selection.
Okay.
So
yeah. Definitely have to hit that up.
Did you activated in San Diego, right? So you have activated California
parks.
now.
Yep. I activated 2 parks out there. One on Monday when I got there because I couldn't check into my hotel. And then I activated Old Town, which was like 2 blocks from my hotel. Do not go there by yourself at night for you of you that are stopping in San Diego.
Uh-oh. Is there a story there or or just an experience?
An experience. Short story is they have porta-johns along the edge of the parking lot for a reason.
Oh?
But they didn't get used.
Oh.
And not by me. It was as I was pulling into the parking lot. So, yeah.
Definitely less than desirable.
Interesting population out there.
I mean, there isn't really any doubt, though, right? They just lived up to its expectation.
Not what I was expecting.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on San Diego. I like San Diego, parts of it. Because they have a really cool baseball stadium that's right there by the water. And the hotel that you can get if you want to stay next to the park. And they have like the sky bridge that you could walk over to go to the baseball game and never have to get out on the street.
That was the south end. I was up on the north end. I was up Point Loma, Old Town area.
Okay. So. Yep.
But yeah, there's some pretty cool places. I actually shared a picture on Facebook of a piano and said, okay, tell me where I'm at. Because the piano's from from one of my favorite movies. Shane, I think probably yours too.
Was it one from Top Gun?
It was.
Nice.
I went to the piano bar from Top Gun.
Nice. That's cool. There's a couple of, I know some of it you can't get to because it's on the Air Force base out there, but there was really cool seeing like some of the beaches. And I know you can go in those cool places. Next time I go, I need to bring you along with me so we can go out on the fun stuff.
He's got a card.
Right.
And there was actually talk about flying out to San Clemente next time I'm out there too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So I was rare grid.
I was marooned in California for 36 hours when I was driving trucks. You have to reset your drive clock every so often. And so I parked the truck and they're like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do for 36 hours. So I just rented a car and drove all the way down to San Diego, stayed the night. And then I got up at the sunrise and I drove all the way up the PCH highway, all the way to Van Nuys. And went to the Van Nuys airport and then went out to the Firewater Casino, lost way too much money, and then drove back to San Diego where my truck was parked.
Resetting your drive clock, right?
Yeah, that was resetting I was not going to sit in a sleeper for 36 hours. I would have drove myself crazy. So we want to say hello to everyone in Green Chat. Those are our channel members. I don't know if you guys noticed, but during the intro today, the list of our Cigar Lounge membership has grown. So thank you guys for stepping up and becoming a member there. And then also what is it? I've had it on the tip of my tongue. And you would think because I wrote the damn things that I'd remember which one it was. But the second tier, we have 5 or 6 new members over there too. So I apologize for not knowing this right off the cuff because I didn't know I was going to have to fill so much content with Izzo not being here. But thank y'all. And wanted to say hello to everybody over on Twitch. You guys are amazing as well. We appreciate you guys showing up. We have some giveaways that we're going to do later on tonight. since I'm back and in control of the spreadsheet. 132 people watching. So Joe Brett, how's your week been?
Yeah, we're going to get into that a little later. Other than that, I'm commonly referred to as Joe Brett here in the socials, and my call sign's below the name. And you'll hear from me later. It's good to talk to you.
That it? That all we get?
Yeah, you have
a YouTube channel and you put out videos and anything new this week?
A YouTube channel, but no videos.
Part of
he
part
actually
of my
puts out
talk
videos
later.
out.
Part of my talk later will explain why I said the hell with producing a video, and I'm sorry this week. My bad.
Oh,
getting me all worked up already, Shane.
Oh, it's going to be
to cut it short, and you pushing my buttons.
Well, we're not to 15 minutes yet. We're already through 2 of us. So.
Right? That's what you call a Joe Brett rant. That's all you get. That's as wound up as he gets right there.
I'm
Robert, I'm not touching that.
So we are. Izzo's going to be late. He had some things to take care of with the kiddos. Daniel, of course, is going above and beyond for. Was it a neighbor or a friend? I don't remember which one, but he was.
Friend either way.
Yeah, he was letting us know that he was going to provide a birthday party for the kiddo. So, and he sent pictures in the back chat of the cake and everything for the kiddo's birthday. So he got a pass. He got a hall pass for tonight.
It was missing the Zamboni.
Well, I don't know if they celebrate those like we do here with the Zamboni.
Good evening,
I think they get
an A6.
I think they get tired of talking about it.
All right, I got to go back. I need to take the floor again for a little bit.
Okay. Do we need to make you full screen?
No.
Okay.
Everybody just needs to watch the chat.
Okay. The floor is yours.
If you would like to have a chance to submit your Dear Santa letter, please send it to k8mrd@icloud.com. Yes, that is .com, not .net. As you see it. You can make it ridiculous or as serious as you want. If you have real needs that you request from Santa this year, please email those to hamradioclubhouse, and he might mention them.
I'm looking forward to that video.
Yep. Flex radio, amp, and a rotator genius that isn't made yet.
And a power genius to go along with it.
Well, that's
how to do mine. Also, I have a question for Steve. If you can hold your breath for just a minute, I'll get you right in mid-breath, Shane. I'm sorry. Steve, are you using a Razor camera tonight?
No.
Okay, carry on. Is it a new camera than what you're used to? No?
Nope. Same camera.
He turned his lights off.
So his lights off.
That's why it looks better.
Causing you to glitch ever?
Yeah, I think I need to reboot my computer.
Are you running a freaking Linux machine?
No.
He's coming to you live from a Raspberry Pi.
Raspberry Pi.
not running dual 2K monitors. I'm not.
One alpha, baby.
Right?
Not the 4B or. All right, that's all my questions for now, and maybe that was going to be okay.
Yeah.
Y'all email Mike your Santa list. I'm
looking forward to that. Mike put out for those of you who are Patreon over on Mike's channel, he put out 2 really cool videos. One, I don't know if I can say what they are. One is involves the radio, and the other one doesn't. So make sure you're subscribed and have the alerts turned on for Mike's channel so that you catch those. I think the one's probably, are they both? Oh, he can answer the question. Is one on Thursday and one on Friday, Mike? All right, Mike says go for it. So Mike actually refused the TalkPod A36 Pro. He said no whenever they reached out.
Oh, now he's like, please.
And then they reached back out to him Wednesday and Friday. There we go. And then they reached back out and said, oh, by the way, we have cleaned that thing up. And he tested it. And I'm not going to tell you the results because I don't want to give away the video, but I'm just going to say you better tune in because Mike did some cool stuff.
Hello, Vern. And Smoking 8 would say it's rigged. They sent him a rigged one.
Yeah. I was going to say, didn't he test that with Ape the other night on a stream?
Mm-hmm. I've got one sitting right over there that I wish was cleaner than it is, but it's pretty dirty.
Well, Ape shows you how to make a filter to put on your antenna.
Have you? Yeah, because then my antenna would be like this long with that little filter in line.
Height is Mike, baby.
I was gonna say, you just got to put the filter on and then put a signal stick on there.
Well, I don't need that now because I've got an actual decent radio.
Ooh.
Where's the antenna? Aha.
The rubber duck.
For now. I thought my other signal stick would fit it, and it won't. And I have already tested it in the balloon and beacon and APRS while we were flying, and it did fantastic. So put in K5QBF-7 in your APRS the next time we go fly it. I'm going to try and have it out with me each time we go.
You know, talking about that, Nuggets last night, T.O. and Jim was sitting there playing with the SDR Angel, if y'all hadn't followed along with that. Mm-hmm. It's been a great 3-week episode. And
speak of the devil.
Yeah. So they was playing around with APRS last night. And so I grabbed my FT5 and I had to Google to figure out how to send a freaking message from the keypad. You know, I know how to reply to a message, but I didn't know how to create one from scratch. So anyway, figured that out. As soon as I hit send, T.O. closes his window. I was like, well, I'll be dang. So a little bit later on, Jim, or maybe it's vice versa. I don't know which one done it first, but then the other one pulls the window up and I'm like, oh, I can get it. I know how to do it now. And as soon as I hit send, closes the window. Jesus.
I need to learn how to do that because I thought they turned where you couldn't send messages anymore. Or maybe it's text messages.
It's text messages.
But you can send like actual messages through the interwebs to.
And Mike's talking about this going downhill, talking about APRS already. I do believe I recall within the past couple of weeks, APRS was mentioned or something. And I think Mike was like, and you hadn't even sent me a message on APRS yet. So I've sent him like 2 or 3, but I looked at his little call thing on APRS 5. And, it's been like, I don't know, 140 something days since he's been active on it. So maybe he'll turn it on for the next Hamfest.
Yep. Only during the commute.
Yeah, just to run behind Jason's.
Yeah, exactly. So I will say, and I'll wrap up our intros. I'm gonna make this before the bottom of the hour. We're gonna wrap this up. But I had a hell week last week. I had 6 hours a day with our pilots union. Our pilots union is fantastic. So we had 6 hours for 5 days with our pilots union. So looks like we got a really good path to getting a contract done. So I'm looking to have a nice, relaxed week this week, which started off really well. I had
just screwed that up, probably.
Right. I'm trying not to throw this out into the stratosphere, but
that shit.
I had one meeting today, and the rest of the time I was actually able to sit at my desk and actually go to work. So my manager was happy to see that I was catching up on all the stuff I'm behind on. So, but I have an excuse. As far as ham radio stuff, I've had fun playing with that FT5, the APRS stuff. I'm not a fan of that antenna, so I've already ordered a signal stick for it. It doesn't seem that I will say the AM receive is better on this radio, but the speaker isn't as good as like the Baofeng that I've got or the TalkPod.
Hey, put the Baofeng antenna on it. Trust me, I'm telling you, it
won't fit. No, they're wrong. It's like that.
Oh, well, get you a barrel connector. You got you got a tiny SA or VNA.
Mm-hmm.
They come with little. Well, wait a minute. You need 2 males.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the female. Okay.
Yep.
Never mind.
So James Hannibal, speaking of, says we shall not speak of the TalkPod. I don't know. I think after you see and Jim says put the turd pod in the trash. You guys, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to watch Mike's video.
Hey, let me tell you, talk about the turd pod. The last video I did put out a couple of weeks ago, I got several of the budget radios and focusing on the AM reception of them, and kind of did some segments receiving air traffic from each one, so we could actually tell the difference in each in one video, because I hadn't done that. I keep talking about the differences, but I don't put them in one video, so I figured that'd be nice. The TalkPod was like, I actually sit back. I was like, damn, that song goes loud and proud, buddy. Yeah, it was receiving pretty good. Yeah.
I agree. But it doesn't.
I'll turn it on tonight. It may be crap. I don't know.
This one is still the best at AM receive. This freaking speaker will run you out of the room.
Now, is that
on AM receive?
That's the real one, ain't it?
That's the real one. That ain't the fake one I got from Baofeng Global.
So you, you're
from Baofeng Global.
So you
still gonna
you
make
invited
that
me
video.
to do a purchase with you on the fake one, but not the real one.
Well, that one was sent to me by somebody else in
okay.
exchange for a radio that I had.
Okay.
So I've still yet to find the eBay listing that's got the actual Baofeng on it, and I need to put that one on the Tiny SA and see if it's even clean or not. I will say it's great, and the receiver, like I can actually hear both sides of the with the signal stick on it. I can hear both sides of the ATC conversation, so I can actually hear center when I'm sitting on the patio. So, and I can kind of on the FT5, but that antenna is just poo poo, I think.
Talking about the Tiny SA, have you heard? You got the memo? You got to buy the new one. That one's old. You got to get the Ultra now. I mean, even Chuck, I think, got one.
Just do the firmware update.
But still not the Ultra.
The Ultra's really cool. Don't get me wrong. And Abe found me a really good spot to buy those from. So if he's in here and he wants to drop the link to that, and it's on AliExpress, but he said that's the only legit place he's found, and they're about $40 cheaper. Who's that guy?
Here we go.
We're done for now. For the record, it is 23 minutes after, and we're done with introductions.
Yeah, sorry, you missed introductions there.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I was listening. I was driving. I was listening to the show. I wanted to show my son what a professional show looks like. And after the comment that was made about me, I said, well, then we need to go to Coffee and Ham Radio, Ham Radio 2.0, Josh.
Wait a minute. The comment about, was you listening to the backstage?
No, I was.
Okay.
I was on the
We're
YouTube.
good now. We're good.
I was on the YouTube.
Was it the comment about you telling stories every time we're trying to do introductions?
Whatever it was.
Oh, okay. What are you smoking tonight?
Camacho.
When you're ready, I got to tell you what happened to me.
What? The floor's all yours. I'm done, buddy.
Floor's yours.
All right, hang on. Let me just get this thing going.
All right. Well, while you're getting that going,
because I got some things to say.
While you're getting that going,
I don't doubt that one
for
bit.
you, though.
Oh.
And yes, Mike, that is a bidet from Dude Rights.
And it's real.
It is real. That is on Amazon.
Steve, you need to post your affiliate link in the chat so that our
grabbing it.
I kept calling mine the Ass Blaster 9000, but I like the Dude Wiper 1000 better. But
so we was at work when Steve shared that video, and I was in the truck with my work partner there, and I was letting him watch it. And he brought up a good point.
You're right, Mo.
I think there's versions you can get warm water in some of them, right?
You can, yeah.
Wait, time out. The priority is warm, not hot, and definitely not cold. You want it right in the middle of the temperature. Listen.
Well, I was kind of thinking after a couple cold blasts, you kind of get used to it, and it's probably refreshing, right?
No. Your undercarriage does not want nothing.
Abe showed up just for the bidet.
Right, just for the bidet talk.
For the bidet.
I want to shit. If you could do me a favor, Abe, if you could drop the link to where you buy the good Tiny SA Ultras, would you put that link in our chat? I don't remember where it's at, but if you have a chance, throw that in the chat, because I don't want to give somebody a link to get some one of them fake ones.
Well, how's that man share information with you and you misplace it?
I've slept since then, and I didn't create a bookmark. So when he puts this in the chat tonight, I'm gonna bookmark it.
He says R&L, son.
He says R&L, but he also has an AliExpress link too. I do remember that. If you can't wait for R&L, I would prefer you buy from R&L myself, because we want to support our ham folks. All right, back over to you, Izzo.
I got violated today, I think. Insulted.
Did you use the bidet?
No.
You got to
not
watch
where
that
I
video.
saw it going.
I wanted to get a part-time job. Excuse me. I wanted to get a part-time job. Make a little
can't work on
money.
Tuesdays.
Well, that's what I told them. I can't work on Tuesdays, but I can work all the other days of the week. And just for the season, just right up until December 24th. Because after that, you're not going to need me.
Oh, you were going to be a mall Santa.
No, an elf. I can't be a Santa.
Okay. You can.
I'll get my.
Okay.
I don't listen. I got some girth, but it ain't that big.
Round is the shape.
Yes, it is. But I'm big, but not.
Well, you could put a pillow around your waist.
Yeah, get you a pregnancy pillow or something.
Also, I heard we got ghosted by Santa Claus.
We got ghosted?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, hang on.
We got ghosted.
Time out. Let me explain what happened. He sent me an email this morning after I sent out the Clubhouse tweet. And then I got another one around 4:30. He was stuck in traffic on the 405. What is
so
that?
He lives on the West Coast.
What does that mean? I don't know. Then I heard something about 95, 87, Route 6. Not 66, just 6. So,
man doesn't know where he wants to be.
I agree.
Next week, he promised me he'll be here next week.
I just don't like being ghosted. I thought I was over with that.
No,
after age 40.
Ghosted. But then he told me I have to be good. I'm like,
no, we're screwed.
At 50, listen, I've been darn good for 59 years. Now all of a sudden I got wait a minute, here comes a URL here.
Wait a minute.
Can Ape not post a link?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Well, put that link back up here.
Hold on.
So it's AliExpress.us, but if you look, it's R&L shipped to US. So is R&L still getting
right? Like, are they the distributor of it? Are they the distributor and they're going to get the?
Well, if he can't post a link, can someone make it where he can post a link?
No, he can post a link, but that's an open link.
If they both broke.
Because I just tried it.
Well, that one worked. The one that I clicked worked. Okay. So that one's $119 for those on AliExpress. So hopefully it's R&L, so hopefully they get a cut from that.
Okay, as long as it benefits them as well.
Yeah, I agree. $119 for the coolest little analyzer you got. And I asked a question, and I think I got it answered already, but correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't test SWR and stuff like that on that. You would need a network analyzer, right? Because I watched, I don't know if you guys were watching with Chuck had a stream before us where they were testing radios again, and the TID radio is now a good radio. Why
doesn't Ape just come on for 5 minutes, 15 minutes?
He's having a Miller Lite watching the show. He's just hanging out. He already streamed with Chuck, and I'm sure he's tired after that.
He got to clear the
Hallmark
schedule.
Night.
Yeah, he's got to clear his schedule with the mistress ahead of time, man.
5-10 minutes, come on, and then you go in the other room, you give her a back rub, and then you're good to go, man.
We don't want to see Ape in his birthday suit, though.
No, we don't. No, we don't want to see his hand going like this, wax on, wax off. I get it all.
Getting sideways on Miller Lite.
Sideways.
I didn't think that was possible.
I was just going to say.
There's so much water in Miller Lite. I got to pee too much. I can't drink it fast enough to get drunk.
Unless it's your first beer and you're 10 years old and you're driving the lawnmower. But I mean, I've been
drinking too much of that crazy IPA. I'm too used to that strong stuff. If I drink Miller Lite, I got to go to the bathroom too much.
You know what I used to do? All right, you guys remember construction paper as a kid? Raise your hand in the chat if you all remember construction paper as a kid back. Okay. No. I used to get beer. Now listen, you guys all know
construction paper?
No. I was
trying to connect the dots.
Paper. All right, I used to take the construction paper, and while I was driving if you guys ever heard of, it was a department store here in the Northeast. I'm not sure how far across the United States they went. It was called Grants, Grants.
Never heard of it.
Grant's had the restaurant in there on Fridays. It was clam strips, especially during Lent. All you can eat.
Mm-hmm.
And everything. You go there on a Friday night, you get your dinners. Well, they had these lawnmowers on sale. It was our first ride-on lawnmower. I think it was like an eight horse. Didn't make a difference because it had a cup holder over here and a flat piece over here. I mounted the radio. First, it was first it was a scanner. Then we went to a CB. Then we went to a boombox over here. This other one here. Now, listen, I really wasn't into drinking, but man, on those hot days, you just wanted a beer and feel like a man. I know at 10 years old, 12 years old. So to hide, my mother would see me drinking Fresca. That's all we had in the house, or Tab, or some kind of crazy, stupid stuff like that. Well, I was given some beer, okay, and I was told keep it in the refrigerator in the cellar. That's all I was told. But I got the wink. And I think at 10 or 12 years old, that means don't let anyone catch you.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I had an idea that said, I'll cut out a piece of construction paper, wrap it around.
Create your own label.
Scotch taped it, or masking taped one side, and then I wrote on the side like Fresca.
And that was totally believable.
Yeah, I know. I think that's where I got.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's, man, when you're riding a lawnmower and you want to feel like a man, just like in Shawshank. Shawshank, when they're up on the roof, what did he do? They wanted just to feel like men for a day, and drinking that, yes, Fresca and tequila is one of my favorites.
So now you realize in your adult life, you should have just emptied the Fresca and filled it back up with what you wanted.
Yeah.
Correct. Is what I should have done, or I should have just added the tequila no, I wasn't into tequila. For a 10-year-old, that's not cool. That's not cool.
No.
10-year-olds shouldn't be doing that stuff.
So we have 144 people watching, and I have a poll up in the top of the chat. If you haven't seen it yet, it says, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Right now, 80% of people say yes, 20% say no, with only 93 votes. So let's step up the votes on that. We got to get to the bottom of this.
And why are there only 6 likes if we have 147 people watching?
Well, I've got 50 likes on my end. So you might want to refresh your stream there. It might be lagging as much as your camera does.
Okay. 52. That's still only a third. Come on.
Don't get complex about that though, Steve, because nobody in chat's mentioned it. So
that's right.
Like I said, I'll read it at some point.
What other store? This is like the old Discord.
Do you remember? Did you have Gibsons? Did y'all have Gibsons up there?
No.
That may be a Southern thing. Gibson's was like Walmart before Walmart was a big thing. Like you could go, it had everything. It didn't have groceries, but it had everything under the sun. And then the far back left corner was, in the front was toys. And then the further you go back, it went to hunting and fishing. And then the very back was all your rifles and ammunition.
Always. Also in the back were shoes. I don't know why they put
that was on the other side of the store.
Yeah, but it was in the back. Why shoes in the back? Hey, listen, we need that kind of stuff. But now, let me tell you something. After doing 21 years in retail, primarily with food sales, but I've seen all. Now I understand why. They want those little packs of the Tic Tacs and the icebreakers and the gum and the small pack. That is impulse buying, and the markup on those things is incredible. They make a lot of money, and I get it now. Now I get it. But back then I'm like, hey, why don't you keep the 22 or something up there too? That'd be, but that was always in the back.
Not a big enough markup.
Yeah, not a big enough markup. Yeah,
and if it's in the back, it's harder to steal it out the front door.
That's very true.
The back door, no problem, but out the front doors.
And then they put them pesky alarms on them.
Yeah.
Yes, you remember that on the door? It'd be that box. It'd be that box that made that screeching sound.
No, this must have been before my time, because when they didn't have that stuff. They just had some old grouchy old lady sitting at the front. You didn't dare steal anything because she's gonna come jerk you up by the back of your neck and beat you to death in the back.
She knew before you even walked to the front.
Absolutely. She'd look at you and go, you better put it back.
That. Some places did not need what we have today. Remember the cameras and this and that?
No.
They had family members. They had this. They had, or you're right. It just
took
one. Yes.
Yeah.
One good Meemaw. One good
Yeah,
Nornie.
you get
one,
that
one
Meemaw
good
look, or
Baka.
Meemaw going to knock your face off if you don't shut up.
Yes. I've known some tough Meemaws, Nornies, Babkas, whatever your culture is. There's always a tough one in the family. And if she don't kill you with this or the cane, it's her rosary bleeds. Those rosary bleeds will kill you. So wrap them. They have them. Those rosy bleeds are always wrapped around here, and they're saying to him, but when they got, let me tell you something, she'll let the Lord do her work for her. Yeah.
Right.
Jesus done punishing you. Well, as I mentioned it, there's now 109 votes, and 82% say that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and 18% are saying no, with a 109 voting. So Jason says, what are rosary bleeds?
Rosary bleeds.
I don't know what you want to know.
When you smack you with
you say a prayer. You're supposed to say a prayer for every.
There's no L in that, Izzo.
Okay.
It's rosary beads.
Rosary beads.
Beads. Yeah.
No, she might beat you bloody with them.
Right? Those beads might make you bleed, but.
All right, so can I tell you what happened to me today?
Yep.
I thought you was doing that.
That's what I thought we were doing, but okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Just pretend this is the old Discord days, okay? Because we had a lot of fun last week, didn't we?
We did.
Started reminiscing, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about stuff that happened in our life. So I went for this job interview today. And at first, I'm not going to tell you what the position is, but I kind of said, I want this job. I'm a go-getter. I'm a good guy. My resume is going to speak, but sometimes the resumes, and I don't know what's going on in the job world today, because resumes are everything from a LinkedIn to this to a that to a Zoom. Who knows if they read a piece of paper, and back like how we did it in the old days. I put on this outfit that I felt would be appropriate for the job itself, not coming in with my best shirt and tie, something that you're going to bury me in. No. I'm talking about being dressed for the part to show I'm being serious about the job. It had some green. It had a hat. After watching all the Christmas movies, I said, I think I got this. No, it's not a Walmart breather, Brother Don. I know. It's good. It's an elf. Okay, because I told you earlier, I can't do the Santa Claus thing. Not yet. Maybe when I get old, I could be the Santa. I get that whole thing. Okay, I think I can do that. Okay,
grow the beard out.
Well, it's going to have to be fake. This young face. Just I mean, can't do it.
You still grow the dark beard. Yeah, I get it.
I can't do it, Joe. I've tried. You just derailed my story, but I have Joe. I would kill to look like a lot of you guys. I wish I could grow that beard and be ham sexy. I really.
You ain't missing.
Yeah, no. See, that's just it. See, small guys want to be tall.
I had this grow my double chin, not for the looks.
But I'll bet you grew that at what? Probably about 17, 18, I bet you had that at 17, maybe 25.
I just got tired of shaving. I don't know.
All right then. But see, I don't have those genes. I have other genes. I don't have the facial hair genes.
I went to buy a pack of replacement razors, and I was like, shit, y'all got me mixed up, right? So
right.
They cost more than the razor.
So I wanted to become an elf. I figured seasonal, part-time, make some good money, put on these pointy shoes. I happen to have a green fleece vest, one of those, Amazon basics, but it's really cool. I like it. I wear it with everything else. What's that? You just did my story.
He 3D printed an antenna so that he could pick up
your attention
while I was talking
here. So somebody in the chat was inquiring.
Ignore him, Izzo.
That's why I didn't say anything. Sorry.
No, I didn't know if he 3D'd it while I started telling the story, and at the end, he had a great little antenna.
Thanks.
Yes, Ape, I used to have Jordashes, and I had Calvin Kleins. And
I distracted him. I'm sorry. Everybody.
And if I really wanted to impress the ladies, Ape, I used to get them dry cleaned, and they'd have that nice crease down the middle past the kneecap. And that drove and with a nice pair of cowboy boots and a nice shirt, that drove the Ladies wild. Let me tell you.
Did we ever ask the ladies
area,
if that actually drove them wild, or did we just assume so?
Well, I saw them running away from. I saw them.
Yeah, there we go.
Running away, so they drove them wild.
Anyway, sorry, Izzo, I interrupted.
So I'm talking to the interviewer. He's like, "Why do you want to become an elf?" I said, "Well, look at me now. I can dress the part. I'm good. I'm good with everybody. I could be a greeter. I'm a quick learner. I can kind of get if the line's moving too slow, I can, speed it up appropriately. If the line's going too fast, if a kid has an accident or gets scared on the big guy's lap, I know how to handle it. I have kids, I know how to do this. I'm a people person. I know, and and if I got to get mad, I'll go walk around the Christmas tree. I'll say a couple 4-letter bad words, and I'll come out, and you're not going to know it, right?" He's like, "Well, what thinks you can still do this job?" I said, "Well, listen, I got these pointy shoes. Drop a bug in the corner, and I can squash that thing in a second." He's looking at me. He says, "You're too tall." That's when I felt discriminated. I'm like, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, how tall are you?" I said, "I'm about 5'10". He says, "No, you got to be like 4'10", 4'12", maybe 5'1". We might allow 5'3". I said, "Well, I don't know what I said. How can I said. So I didn't get the job. I'm like, "What do you mean I can't get the job? I'd be a great
Can't have
guy."
a tall elf.
Says who?
There can only be one tall elf.
Who?
Will
Ferrell. Will Ferrell, right?
Yep.
It's okay to fit that part. give him a shot. Get him a Camacho in. He's Will Ferrell.
Is that what you were laughing about, Shane?
Yeah.
Abe, that's interesting.
So it's okay.
Abe, Abe just dropped an interesting comment. Because let me tell you what happened to me on Saturday.
Uh-oh.
Went to one of my favorite Poda parks, and I'm using the coffee and ham radio antenna. Guys, if you want a nice antenna, small footprint but big signal, 10 meters. I forgot what my log was. 10 meters, 15 meters, and 20. I think I did some 40 on there. 73 contacts, whole bunch of park-to-parks. I wanted to stay longer, and all of a sudden, when nature says hello, you know what I mean? So I had to go reach for the dude wipes. I had to go. I found the Christmas tree, but I went behind it.
Were you using the random wire or the end-fed halfway?
The end-fed halfway Aries, and what I like about it is I've been playing around with that thing. First off, you don't need to get it up all that high. I get up about 25, 30 feet, probably between 20 and 25. I've tried playing with, so I try to run it north and southish, so it radiates east and west.
Yep.
But really in the grand scheme of things, man, do I really know what's east and west based upon this magnetic and the curvature of the Earth? And because we're not flat, like what Ape says, I understand. So, and I've been playing with that counterpoise on, and if I move the counterpoise a certain way, does that help direct my signal? I don't think it does, because guess what? Every time I key up the microphone, everyone's telling me you sound great. That's the audio stock mic from the 7300, but the signal itself is doing darn good. So, guys, that's a great antenna if you're thinking. Listen, we have a plethora. How do you like that word for tonight? Plethora of antennas.
That's a $10 word right there.
I can tell you how to make any end-fed half wave a very directional antenna.
How do you make it? How?
You put it up in a half square.
Draw. What's a whiteboard? Give me a half. I don't know what the half square is.
Half of a square.
An L.
Yeah.
Like an inverted L.
Two of
or
them.
Like a.
My antenna do like that.
Gotta draw it out for the man.
Shoulder to the left.
How come something just went right over my head and I don't know what happened?
No.
Right.
See right
Like
there.
Look.
Yeah. Feed
Something
point
like
on
that.
one end, go up, then across, and then down.
Now I've taken many of my slopers and I make them into inverted V's, and they do extremely well omnidirectional. And who cares? That's just about every that the Coffee and Ham radio is the only one I haven't done yet, and I think I'm going to go out on Sunday, depending on weather. I want to go out Sunday. Maybe I'll do that on Sunday. Make that into an inverted V. But if you guys are looking for,
did you also know
what
that an end-fed half wave radiates if you have like the low point towards you and then the slope is going up, that the radiation pattern is coming towards you in the direction of the slope, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Does it? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Also, keep that in mind when you're setting it up.
I didn't get into this hobby. I didn't get into this hobby to be
Can't see
technical.
it.
I'm sorry. I'm not a technical guy. Maybe it's because I was drinking. Maybe because I was drinking a beer at 10 years old, cutting the lawn, and I want some brain. I came here to be a good operator. That honestly, that's all I care about. Be a good ham radio operator.
Mhm.
And I feel everything else just comes naturally with learning between this show and so many other shows on YouTube, as well as but.
Garth, you will learn something every now and then on the Ham Radio Clubhouse.
I don't know what it is.
Saying.
but-
Just saying.
Don, looks like you did 20, 17, 15, and 40.
How many park to parks do I have?
Oh, Jesus.
That many.
You a needy boy, Izzo.
No. I'm gonna tell you what. No. First of all, Steve helped me earlier this week, and I gotta thank him. Like, because I know he has this access.
21.
Okay. My goal every time is to go between 20 to 25 park to parks. Regardless
I try to activate as a park to park before I even start calling CQ. I try to hunt to get 10 contacts.
Absolutely. And then it's fun. It takes the pressure. You don't got to worry. Let the dude wipes. Later, who cares? But I love getting all those park to parks. There's something. It's like when you went to the old arcades and you got the gold. You got the old gold coins.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's what a park to park is. It really is. I love. I was chasing the girls out in Ohio
On multiple bands.
I worked on my multiple bands. Matter of fact, I'm trying to get them to come on our show. They have a YouTube. They started a YouTube channel. And a whole bunch of other guys, park to parks. I love chasing park to parks. So.
Man, we mentioned ham radio and we're up to 160 people watching.
There you go.
Oh,
we
sorry,
doing any
Abe. I
giveaways
didn't mean to offend. We
Oh,
are
we're
doing
doing
it. Yeah. Just want to remind everybody, if you would like to send your ham radio Christmas list over to Santa Murder, K8MRT at iCloud.com.
Now, my question is he going to be fulfilling the wish list?
I couldn't tell you, buddy. We have a topic tonight. I don't know if y'all have noticed.
Do we?
Yeah, because when
I'm
Izzo
sorry.
gets here,
I'm
the topic's
sorry.
just out the window.
All right, I'm
It
sorry.
just-
Tell you what,
and
I won't talk
wait,
for the rest of the show.
We're not an
I don't-
hour in. We're not an hour in. We can't start the topic.
we can. Yes, we can.
I won't talk for the rest of the show.
So the reason I put that question in the polls is because I wanted to talk about Christmas traditions or holiday traditions, because
Hey,
I know we may have some.
something new he's got, and he thinks it's really freaking cool. All right. Hey, we're on a show here, Shane.
We're not.
Cut the bullshit. Tell
I'm
us
not. I'm not. I'm just saying.
Is cutting the grass on Christmas Day okay?
In Mississippi,
Absolutely.
it is.
But the reason why I said
Not in your
we
place.
have holiday traditions because we have Jewish friends out there that don't celebrate Christmas. So I just wanted to be inclusive of everybody.
Regardless
So.
of what it's a good point. Regardless of what you celebrate, you have your faith. Okay, you have your traditions, whether it's family, friends, maybe you go out. Some people go out to the soup kitchens on the morning of and do something, give back to the community. I applaud anybody who does anything in their community. I don't care what it is. Whether you pick up trash, ladle out soup, help wrap gifts. We have it here. We have a wheels. What do they call it?
Meals on Wheels.
Meals on
Mhm.
Wheels.
We do that too.
I don't care what you all do. Give something back to your community. And
So
if
we-
nothing else will make you feel good.
Yeah, we went to the Angel Tree Fulfillment Center for the Salvation Army. So all those people that do the angel trees, that do all the donations, we were actually helping package those up and get them out to the places that were hosting the angel tree stuff. So that was really cool, because we, as a department at work, we try to do 3 or 4 or 5 volunteer events as we can, and the first one just happened to be this one. But I wanted to talk about traditions, like personal family traditions. Like what is something around the holiday season that I'm going to start this off, and we can go one around, and then we can, if you see something in the chat, star it so that we can come back to it. But one Christmas or holiday tradition that we have at my house is the day after Thanksgiving, we rip all the shit down and the Christmas tree goes up. Like if there's any other decorations, it is gone. It is
so
from
pumpkins, no pumpkins, no more ghosts. Halloween
off the patio.
No autumn leaves.
Yep, that's all gone. It is 100% Christmas from the day after Thanksgiving until the New Year, because we don't take our tree down until after New Year.
What day in the New Year? Because some people are very religious.
Depends on how hungover I am. If I'm being honest.
Ken, yes, the tree will load up. At least the lights will if there doesn't.
I'll tell you something. When I was a kid, I was half Polish and half Italian. Okay, the Italians would keep the tree up. The Roman Catholic Italians would keep the tree up until what was known as Little Christmas, which was basically January 10th to 12th, depending on how it fell in the calendar. And they literally kept it. And to me, I was always like, can we just get this thing down on like January 1? You know, to me, it's, but.
Is that it? I mean, is there any other, like, what else? Is there like movies that you guys watch? Is there things that, do you have things that like lead up to Christmas that are a tradition?
Wait.
I got a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't.
While watching Christmas Story.
Which one?
I got a
eggnog and Fireball.
Oh God, that makes me want to vomit.
While watching Christmas Story.
Although I did go to the Gaylord Texan here. They have this every year. They have this. It's called Ice at the Gaylord Texan. I think they do it at all the Gaylord properties, but they do all these like ginormous sculptures of ice. And this year was the Grinch. So that's kind of become the new tradition at my place. Is whenever the ice at the Gaylord Texan comes out, we go and see what it is from year to year. That's pretty cool. The fact that you can get 250,000 gallons of water frozen into chunks and create some really cool stuff, it's just mind blowing.
Oh yeah.
But I will say, make sure you wear a hat if you ain't got no hair, and gloves, because it was 9 degrees inside that thing where they had the sculpture set. Let me see if I can find a picture.
While you're talking, New Hampshire does that also. Ice Castles, I believe it's called, up in New Hampshire. We took the kids there once or twice, and it's absolutely incredible what they do. I got stuck in one of the tunnels, and
Were you licking the side of the tunnel?
No, I said I could. I saw Matthew. Matthew was probably like 5 years old. He's like, "Daddy, look at me." He says, "Follow me," and he went into the tunnel of ice. You know, it's a tunnel of ice. It's lit up with colors, all over the place. There's people in the front, people in the back. And I can hear the lady say in the back of me, "I think he's stuck." I'm like, "Oh, shoot." Because literally, Matthew's like looking around. He's like, "Come on, Daddy." I'm like, "I'm on my belly." And I could not get out. So my daughter thought it was pretty funny. Let's go tickle. Let's try to tickle Daddy's feet.
Mm-hmm.
And Sue's getting embarrassed, so they kind of like took a shovel under my belly to kind of make some more room, because they didn't want to ruin the top of the tunnel. But they finally got me out. Somebody pulled, somebody pushed. Eventually, they got me out.
So you were birthed.
Yes, I was birthed, and so I wouldn't be. So I would not be the new fixture there throughout the rest of the season until it
right.
Did they dye the ice to get the colors?
I think so.
Look at that. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
See, up in New Hampshire, it's all outside. This is not outside, right?
No, it's inside a refrigerator because it was 70 degrees in Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only ice you're going to see in Mississippi at Christmas, what comes out of the fridge. Freezer.
Right.
Yeah.
What comes inside that whiskey cup?
I will say this was pretty cool because the tabletop was made, this whole thing was made out of ice, and they made us old fashions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
I felt bad for the bartender because it was really cold in there.
Yeah, what you didn't see is she had on her heated gear.
Or she was wearing like the snow ski shit.
Yeah, there you go.
But I just apparently it takes them like 6 or 8 weeks to do all this after they bring in all the frozen water.
That's amazing.
Yeah, crazy. And these are slides.
Did you?
I want to go on that.
No, yeah. I didn't want to break a hip.
Yeah,
why?
That's got to be rough.
Why? I want to go on that.
So there's a bunch of children's that came sliding down that, but I declined because I didn't want to throw out a hip.
If we all live closer, that'd be a great Ham Radio Clubhouse show live from the
live from ice slides.
Ice slide.
Yeah.
Quirky says they dyed the ice with all the folks that applied to be an F that didn't make it.
So this I thought was the Whoville seance. We couldn't quite figure out what was going on in this, but apparently they were summoning the Grinch of Christmas Past or shit like that. But I thought that was really cool. It was interesting to see.
A shame they was coming together as a community.
Okay,
you got to see that, man.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some people were asking me in the chat if
having a seance is more funny.
Yeah, if we did the fish, the Italians traditionally on Christmas Eve we do a lot of fish. We like to eat. Listen, we eat. I don't care if it's a funeral. I don't care if it's a wedding. I don't care if someone just got married. I don't care if somebody just got mad. I don't care if we're here to celebrate, cry, or just hang out. We're going to eat. And multiple meals. And we would probably go about 6 or 7 different traditional servings. You start at like 5 o'clock, and by 9 o'clock, you're full. Then come the leftovers. Christmas Eve was different, though, because you had to be a certain age. To me, it was like coming of age. When I got asked, do you want to go to Christmas, go to church for the midnight mass? Now, listen, guys, I was not very religious at the time, but it was like a coming of age when I got asked to get in the golden car, go get washed up, cleaned up, and go to church for the Christmas mass at midnight on Christmas Eve. And that was because it also meant you didn't have to go on Christmas Day. You kind of got your pass, because you took care of your religious obligation to them. Just for very religious people. I respect that, okay? I'm more faith-based now more than building church kind of a thing. But anyway, that was always a tradition with us. Come back at like 1:30, go get some more leftovers, who had some sambuca, this and that, and then you had to get up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock because the youngins all wanted to open up gifts, so.
AM or PM?
AM. Yeah.
AM.
Now, midnight mass. Was that midnight 23rd going to the 24th or midnight 24th going to the 25th?
24th going into the 25th. And it was what do they call them? The high holy something, holiday masses or something. Like, for instance, Easter, Palm Sunday was a huge Italian thing where they burned the palms for a certain smell, and then you did the exchange of a palm. And my uncle
says high mass.
High mass.
High mass. That's it. Thank you.
High mass. Okay.
And my uncles had this thing where you got a buck or two. Now, let me tell you something. A buck back in 1974 was a lot of money until you were 16 and you had a job, and all you got was a handshake. That meant go get your ass a job.
Mark says midnight mass was full of drunks. Always fun to watch.
Hey, I want to ask Mo. Mo, put in a comment. We were talking about traditional stuff too. Our ham radio club, when Mark was here in Connecticut, our club was 200 plus, very active. I started a toy drive, Toys for Tots. I didn't know how many toys we were going to get, because with a club you get a whole melting pot of people. Well, right. I filled up. I think I had my Camaro at the time. We had
it wasn't the El Camino.
No, it was the IROC. No, I never had a Camino. No, it was the IROC. IROC with T-tops. I had to pop the tops off.
Santa come cruising in his IROC.
IROC.
Only in 1985, baby.
Oh, I think this is like 1993, 1994, 95. I'm trying to think when.
To the
Mark
Fox
joined.
Buddies.
Anyway,
Is that
it
what
didn't make a
you're trying to say?
difference.
Could y'all
Mo and a whole
imagine
bunch of guys.
80s Izzo being able to broadcast to so many people at one time, like you said?
Oh my God,
Lord,
Man, YouTube would shut that boy down so quick.
I was wondering who was going to
Better
say
get
it.
back in your IROC and go back. Can't talk like that here.
You know what I wanted? You know what I wanted to be? I think I told you guys this. Remember, I told you I was a stutterer. I was a very, very bad stutterer. I wanted to become a disc jockey. I would go to the radio stations and watch to see how they did it, the timing, this and that. I used to take my speakers in my bedroom, throw them out the window in the summertime during summer break, and I would put on a show for everybody who was playing baseball, basketball, frisbee, the skateboarders, the girls getting a tan, at this one's house. And I would take the newspaper because I was also a paper boy. And don't laugh at me. And that was my headlines, that was my weather, that was my sports, and I would do. And then I used to take my cassette tapes and I would do these commercials. I would do commercials and say, all right, and we'll be right back. And I'd hit the cassette tape and put the microphone next to the cassette player.
I'm
and
going to hell. I'm sorry.
Seconds. All right, we got off topic from Christmas to summer. I'm sorry. I was rocking Don Izzo.
Rocking Don Izzo plays the hits.
Well, you know what was funny? I wouldn't stutter though. That was I wouldn't. Everybody was like,
Shane, you're
that's
going to hell.
Izzo. Now you're going to go to hell. You're right. I wouldn't stutter with a microphone in front of me. But you take me out. You when the show was over, I'd stutter. That's why I loved being on the lawnmower in the summertime because you couldn't hear me. You couldn't hear me because of the engine in the back.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm so distracting. And now it's the Duran.
No. That I wouldn't stutter that. Yeah. I wouldn't. First of all, if there was no Duran,
right, I'm done, I promise.
You just did. I'm going back to when
no, it was you too.
Santa Izzo's taking his chip back for you, Shane. Mark off the list.
I can say that because I still stutter to this day. Like if I get up and try to do a presentation at work, there's certain words I just can't say. I'm sorry.
There are. I have about 3 to 5 words.
Yep.
And one of them is a deli counter. And it almost happened to me on, when did I go to the deli counter? On Sunday night.
Thanks, Mike.
And it's very embarrassing when you can't say a certain meat that begins with a B. That's all I'm going to say. You guys figure it out. It's very embarrassing because
beef?
No, I'm going to screw it up right now. BOLOGNA.
Oh, baloney.
Oscar Mayer.
No, I can't say that word.
It's baloney.
But I can't say that.
I will say there are certain things, and I've caught myself on this show several times. If I get wound up or if I get excited about something, if I don't slow myself down, you'll hear me stutter. And it runs in my family. My brother does it, and my dad did it.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
and it's even happened to me on the radio too. That's embarrassing, especially when you're running a pile up and POTA.
I asked the doctor. I said, when I was coming out, was I racing to get out of my mother and I took too much oxygen or not enough? Did they drop me? Why? Why do we stutter? You know what I mean? Do I just need to have the horse just kick me over here?
Just slow down. Just slow down. That's all you got to do.
Just like a restart.
Yep. But no, Izzo, when you went to midnight mass, was it done in Latin?
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, but there were some churches.
He had his Fresca. He don't remember.
He was high on that Fresca.
Well, it's funny because to get communion, for those of you who are Catholics, to get communion, that was a sacred thing. Mm-hmm. But you were not allowed to drink any wine. Only the priest would get the wine.
Get the grape juice.
Yeah, you get nothing. But it was a time to. I felt kind of good, man. It was a time to repent, to be truly sorry if you did any sins, like looking at the neighbors, because it's just listen to their cordless phone, conversations, the baby mom.
That 900 megahertz.
But right, but how do you tell the priest, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I've listened to the cordless phone of the neighbors, and he knew all the neighbors too. So it's like I don't, I don't want to.
Right?
What were they talking about, son?
Oh,
it's funny. Did any of you guys have a party line, or am I that old?
You're that old.
Heard of them? Never. I'm sorry. I participated once in it. And I didn't know when to jump in.
You don't.
What do you mean you don't?
You don't jump in. You wait until the other person's done. So the party line, for those of you who are quite a bit younger, I'm only 45, but yes, I still had a party line. So you and your neighbors shared the same phone line. So if you pick up the phone, you're going to hear what your neighbors chit-chat about. So if you see that or you hear that, you can either say, hey, I need to use this for an emergency phone call, or you put the handle back down, you wait. Then you pick it up, and if nobody's there, then you can dial out and make a phone call.
No, I think
you couldn't call your neighbor.
right. You just wait for them to. You would holler at them outside. Hey, pick up the phone, and then you could hey, walkie-talkie that shit.
Well, here's the thing. Some people who use the bathroom don't know how to properly angle the.
What does that have to do with the party line?
My point is they get on the phone, and when they want to do something secretive, like people go to the bathroom for what? Take care of business, have a cigarette, do the crossword puzzle back in the old TV guide, and get on that phone and talk about something. Okay. And, I had the scanners that did it all. And back then, I think it was legal. I don't think I could be, 45 years later, be taken into custody because of listening to things that I'm not saying I did it, but I
that moment when you thought you just said too much.
Yep. So 45 others. Gee, Shane, my grandparents had it. So it was my grandparents' party line. That would, but we lived right next door to my grandparents. So we were on the same party line. So,
but I think it was that was all because remember back in the day there were so many different telephone systems around the country. It's not what we have today, obviously.
No. Jody says Shane's probably old enough to remember the 25-foot handset cord coiling around the dog. Yes, and I used to take that. I would take the phone if I wanted to talk to my girlfriend or whatever. I would go over and drag it into another room and close the door.
You drag it into another room and you have these conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, that's the point. That's to my point. And the bathroom was it was a bathroom, a bedroom, or go downstairs in the basement or wherever.
Yep.
My point is in the bathroom, some women just never knew how to angle the blinds. So
that's very true.
So when they're getting in and out of the shower, and then you're hearing, oh my God, as a 10, 12 years old.
Who are you admitting to now?
He's incriminating. We're going to let him go.
When I'm on my
for the 12 months. 12 months?
When I'm on my property, what you do on your property, and because I could see it, what am I supposed to do? Think about it.
Steve. Who got your 5 gifted subs?
Jason, KB1WSE.
It hadn't populated
my way.
Chat yet.
Ryan, K5TAR, Norm, and Abraham Clark.
Nice. Congratulations on the 1 year. That just means I got more work to do next week. But
guys in the chat,
thanks for the five gifted, man. That's awesome.
Guys in the chat, that is not peeping. There is a difference between peeping. Peeping is when you go on your neighbor's or someone else's property and you're up close, touching, up to the windows. That's peeping, and that's a problem. That's something totally different.
I was going to say, but now you can do it from a distance. You have a drone.
So, no, that's
hold on. Yeah. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jim stepped it up.
FEP Labs gifted 10 Ham Radio Clubhouse memberships. Jim, dude, thank you so much, man.
I bet he clicked the wrong button. He's cussing like some guy.
I bet he is too. He's like, hey, we're gonna get a private chat earlier. He's like, hey, can you refund me that?
Listen, guys, I love Jim. I love Jim. He can throw all the puns, but I gotta ask, what the heck was he wearing last night? It was something psychedelic.
And I was proud of Jim last night. He stepped out of his comfort zone.
He did.
He was running the show
wearing
last
a
night.
standard shirt.
He wasn't in uniform. So we've got N1JUR and 45 Auto, Kevin, Tracy Kennedy, KI5UXN, Travis, Reed, AB88S, Doing It My Way, Cheers Steve, Digital Rancher, gifted membership by Jim, K7FHC, Steve, you were watching who then? All right. Garth, WG2G, was gifted membership. Taylor, gifted membership. And Devin, KC3TGZ, gifted membership by Jim. Jim, thanks so much, man. We appreciate you guys. And then we got a $20 super chat from Jason, KB1WSE. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, guys. That is going to go to the
witty in the chat
fund.
Oh, we got anybody else going to talk traditions? We got Izzo, right?
Yes.
For now.
I got more, but I'm not going to say.
I was about to say, I've got more too. And I know we're an hour and 12 in, and I know we're going to lose a few people, and we do need to give some giveaways away.
Joe Brett, how did you do it? Seriously, how did you do it back in the 80s, 90s, 70s?
He's like, shit, I was only 12, son.
All right, then. What did you do when you were 12 years old?
I'm just an 83 model. So I was born in the 80s.
Well, no, seriously, what year were you born?
83 model.
You just said 83.
Oh, geez, 83. I had just gotten out of high school.
Ain't that something?
Yep.
Man.
So,
God dang it, Shane. So I don't know if I'm supposed to go into my tradition now, or if I'm supposed to talk about my other topic, if I'm supposed to rant a little bit.
Go for your
do whatever you want, man.
And there you are talking, and you got my face on your screen smoking cigarette.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Senator,
I was just raising up my desk where I could stand up instead of sit down. Y'all didn't want to see my fat ass.
That is a smoking ape special there. If he may be passed out from all the Miller Lights, I hadn't seen him chat in a little bit. But what's up,
Chuck? He's high on that Miller Light.
Let's see, Chuck in the chat. It's good to see him. He finally made it. Takes him a little bit to get around, but he gets here. So, I guess I'll start with the tradition. I didn't grow up with traditions. I mean, Sunday night, Christmas Eve night, I opened up my regular gifts, and then the next morning, Santa had all my good stuff there, and then that went away. I believed as long as I could because I knew that's where the magic was at, right? So,
Joe, gifts were wrapped or not? Okay, because some families are people either wrap the gifts or they're not wrapped. So when
this is an argument me and my mother have a lot. I mean,
here we go.
There was one Christmas. Mm-hmm. I woke up and everything was wrapped, and I was like, And she denies to this day that she ever wrapped those presents. But whatever. Mm-hmm. I heard the Scotch tape. So
you heard the Scotch tape going.
If I had a cell phone back then, I'd have took a picture of it. But it wasn't so easy to take pictures back then.
How about the people who ran out of Scotch tape? See, I'm the guy who buys 25 to 50 rolls.
Because you couldn't go to the Dollar General, in the middle of the night.
Correct. So you had to use the alternative. Remember the alternatives were duct tape, electrical tape, chewing gum. You ran out of wrapping paper. You were grabbing newspaper. Or construction paper. You were getting really genius. I remember one time. I feel so bad saying this. We didn't have a lot.
Now
of money.
You feel bad for the shit you say.
I feel bad. I do. Yeah. We didn't listen, guys. I was not born with no silver spoon, and like Joe said, there was no Dollar General to the Walmarts. Mom ran out of wrapping paper. She wanted stuff wrapped. She took a blanket. And God bless her soul for doing it. It's about the thought, right? To make sure. But she put the blanket. She took a blanket and I had this. It was my G.I. Joe emergency center. Like G.I. Joe had the light. It was like a 2-story thing that would collapse with a handle so you could take it somewhere. Mm-hmm. But the G.I. Joe had like this radio room and all this other stuff. It had the light. And you had to put these big double D batteries that would leak. If you didn't take care. Anyway, The box itself was huge, so she took a blanket, and that's what she used because she ran out of wrapping paper and Scotch tape. So again, Mom wanted to make sure we had, and she's very ingenious.
So besides that, in the family that I help produce current day, we also just did the regular. It's Christmas presents, let's eat this and that. And then me and my wife was like, she wanted to do like a tradition thing, right? So I said, okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to put this out here. Anybody I know some people don't use banks or whatever, but if you do, and you do not already do this, if you have a little trouble at Christmas time buying for loved ones that you may want to buy for, just because.
Great idea.
That's the thing. If they have something like a Christmas club, or maybe if they don't, do it yourself, open up a different savings account and have just so much auto drafted into it, every pay period. So we get a little bit out of our checks, put into this Christmas club account, and they don't allow you to touch it until they'll mail it out to you 1st of November.
Don't throw it away.
Yeah, that happened last year or the year before?
I remember that because there's pictures of Joe Brett on Facebook digging through
with the headlamp on.
Yeah.
But Joe's right. That Christmas club's important. You're right.
Yeah. So look into that if you want a little help, because you won't miss the $20 a paycheck or whatever, more than likely. I know some of it's a little tighter. So whatever you can do, you won't miss it probably, and then it adds up within a year and makes it a lot easier. But
here's the thing. Go ahead. Hey, Joe, real quickly. I know we're not allowed to do math on stream, but just remember, 52 weeks out of the year.
$20 a week.
Even $10 is $520. So if you got to get somebody that wants, but listen, I could take $520, split it in half. Okay, that's what, $260. I can get for $260. I can find, for 2 people, I can buy. Because if someone don't appreciate $260 worth of stuff from me, then guess what? Then we got a problem. We got a problem. And so again, but you're absolutely right, Joe. We used to do that. We should have that little passbook. It was like you go down to the bank. It was a passbook.
Yeah.
You can see the money accumulate.
So, after a few years, I'm not saying my kids aren't appreciative, but my kids ain't appreciative. And they're great kids, but like many kids, they get all these toys at one time and they'll play with them for a day or two, and then whatever.
Or the worst part is they want to play with the box.
Yeah, I mean, it's just whatever.
Hopefully they keep that box.
The cat or the dog usually does that.
So we decided to cut down on the actual presents, and my wife loves to go places. I'd love to sit at home, but I made I made the I don't know. I agreed to start, doing that. So we just started going on trips, and we'll buy 2 or 3 presents per child, and then we'll spend the rest on a trip. And that's been pretty neat. And we had some places that we would go every year.
Was that the Branson trip?
Yeah. So Branson
was one of them. Yeah.
And you talking? You brought up that check in the garbage. So before the last Branson trip, a year or 2 ago, the night before we left, it was a few nights before we left. But anyway, my wife had cleaned the kitchen and cleaned the house up, and I look on the kitchen counter and I said, "What'd you do with that check?" She's like, "I didn't see no check." I said, "You threw it away." No, I wouldn't have thrown that away. I said, "Okay." So I put my little headlamp on and I go out to the road, start digging in the garbage. I come back in with the check.
Oh.
Dig through all them baked beans and stuff,
Look at you. Nice. Right. Nice save. Nice save.
Christmas. Well, then that same check, when the morning we got up to leave for Branson, we start to walk out the door and she says, you got that money? I said, "No, you're supposed to have the money." She's like, I told you to cash the check. I said, "I thought you said you was going to cash the check." So now here we are. It's the day after Christmas. There's no banks open, and we've got a paper check that we can't spend. Luckily, we phoned a friend that was, going to be at home during the holidays, and they went to the bank when they opened up, and we could use it then. But so yeah, be careful and don't throw away Christmas.
Yeah, don't throw away your Christmas club savings check.
Yeah,
that would be a bad thing.
And it's not really
That's
Christmas
a good
related,
idea.
but
That's a good
go ahead.
idea, man.
You know what I do for the kids, and maybe you guys do it sometimes too. And if you don't, this could be a good idea. I'm really, those scratchy tickets. I would put $10 to $20 in each stocking stuffer in the stockings into the kids. But the rule was, if you win big, and I'm talking big,
anything over $1,000.
Yeah, you got to remember this guy right here. No,
you're the one who's got to go claim it.
Yes.
So we got that rule at work, So hey, anything under 4 digits, you keep for yourself. But
I like that.
If you hit big, we got to split that up.
Yep.
I like that, Joe. I like that.
I think I actually just got an email from the South Carolina lottery about scratchers are not for kids for Christmas.
Okay.
Listen. If I'm ruining the morals of my youths because I'm giving them lottery tickets. As a matter of fact, mine are now young adults. So as far as I'm concerned, if my daughter can go into the armed services right now and take care of business and write that check to Uncle Sam, she can get herself a lotto ticket.
That's right.
Just say South Carolina as long as she's 18.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take a break because I don't know where else in the next 35 minutes that we're here that this is going to fit into the show. But this is something recent. My week last week, I told you I was going to tell you why I did not release a video. I've been doing real good of doing one video a week, usually on Sundays for members and then public on Mondays. But didn't happen this week. So somebody asked me, did I 3D print, my little Yagi antennas, towers back
I like
there.
that. I
was having fun. This is the real functional little antenna brace for the 705 that I did.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look at that.
It goes on the 7, you get that right angle BNC and you get some telescopic antennas that will, just fall over. That keeps it erect. And so I was having fun with that. And then I noticed a thing on my dashboard that said updates available. Well, I hit the button, update all, dadgummit. I didn't know. All right, I'm going to go and forewarn if anybody is thinking about getting a 3D printer, or if you already have, and it's Elegoo, ELEGOO. They are some good printers, but if you ever hit that update button, it's done. All right, so I'm now waiting from AliExpress, and I'm trying one out of Amazon too, see if it works, but I doubt it does, because evidently there's a eMMC chip on this board that is trying to be like a Raspberry Pi, but it's not one. So I have to get that dongle or whatever to reflash it to put original firmware on it. So what Elegoo does with their 3D printers is a lot of printers are running off an operating system called Clipper now because it's the faster operating system. And so all the manufacturers kind of go into that. Well, that's fine and dandy, but on your iPhone or whatever phone you got, when the manufacturer releases an update, you get a notification. And you update it, everything's good and glory.
And usually they test it first.
Yeah. Well, what happens is if you've got that phone, but you're running a custom operating system on it, and the manufacturer puts out an update, you still get that notification that there's updates, but it's not going to update to the custom.
Ooh.
So Elegoo they're a Chinese company, and they take Clipper and they recode it to their own special needs and everything. When you update from Clipper actual operating system, it of course breaks all their custom code, and see, it's sitting back there for a couple of weeks not doing anything. But
are you doing the Aquanet version stuff that Steve does?
Aquanet.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Hairspray?
Yeah.
Oh no. It comes with the glue stick. It comes with a little glue stick, so I'm using that for now when needed, depending on the size of the print and how tall it is. But anyway, we'll get that going again, and my feelings will be better. But this fits into Christmas, though, actually, because the only thing I always put together, this is another tip for you. People are always, in the family, and the kids are older. They got jobs now. They're like, well, what do you want for Christmas? And I always tell them, you ain't got to get me nothing. I'm just glad that you're here. That's all I need.
I'm glad you're still breathing.
Yeah. And,
I hear you.
Right.
Just stay out of trouble.
But they still want to get something because it makes them feel like an adult, makes them feel good. They're finally giving back to their parents that gave, $50,000 to their birth and this and that. But
Fifth? Hell, a lot more in Connecticut.
Well, it never quits. You know, the tab never stops. So I always put together an Amazon list and call it Dad's Christmas list for 2023. Mm-hmm. Well, this year my list consisted of nothing but filament for my 3D printer that I spent money on. And I usually do that. I usually I do the big purchase, and then I just ask them to buy stuff that goes with it if they just wish to buy stuff. And I broke it. So they're going to give me probably a lot of filament, and until I can get it working again.
Joe Brett, for a guy like me, and maybe there are others in the stream, what's a basic cost for or a reasonable 3D printer for a consumer? Get yourself started.
Well,
let's break it down. What's the cost of a basic printer?
I know there's some printer folks that's already in this world, and I'm going to go ahead and forewarn you, 3D printing is a hobby. Okay. You can make money off of it. You can do a lot of neat things with it, but it is a hobby, and you're going to fall into a rabbit hole.
It costs you money.
And it costs, but like,
we'll get into that in a second, but hang on. But just the printer itself, just your ballpark dollars.
I'm getting to that, Izzo. Patience, grasshopper. So just like many hobbies, ham radio, you're all here because you probably have a ham radio already, or you're very interested in it, and you should already know that you can spend as much or as little as you want to on radio.
Okay.
Invest in the antenna, right? But anyway, so yeah, the Elegoo Neptune 4 Pro is what I got. Got it on Black Friday for just a little under $300. I think the regular price is $300, maybe a little more, but what the big kids are getting these days is like the Bamboo XC1 or X1C, whatever, you know, that's like $1,300. And of course you can get some that you need the size of your freaking living room and extend your roof. I mean, they make 3D printers that make freaking houses you can live in now.
Oh, and rockets.
Oh, okay.
For going to space.
There you go.
Yeah. Really?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is what, if I would have known and thought of joining the Elegoo Discord channel to see what all the users were talking about, I may not have decided to purchase this one. Or at the very least, if I did, I would know what not to click when it says update available. So whatever you're interested in, research it really well. See if there's Discords to it, online pages or something. I'm
sure there got to be YouTube channels on all this stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, and when you say this word filament, is this like what I would know it as my ink cartridges?
Like that comes out your weed eater.
Kind of like Steve's got right there. It's it looks like weed eater string, but on a really.
And that's what molds and makes. But I have a hard time understanding that roll that Steve has in his hand. How do you engineer, if that's the right word, or how do you say like that for the 705, that right angle holder? How do you say I want that? I want to make that.
Well,
you get you one of these
in layman's terms,
or you measure. If you're going to make it from scratch, you got to know your inside outside measurements. It's a lot of, like you said, engineering, and I'm not very good at it, but I make adjustments and try again.
Are there templates? Are there templates that say I want to do a coin?
There are files online that.
Yeah. Like this right here. This come from a file.
This one came from a file.
The only thing I've done to this one is I put it in my program and added my call sign in it, which
I like that. That's sexy. That's ham sexy. I like that.
So this is a holder for the DJI mic pack, and inside I've got all the accessories for it.
So you can 3D print anything.
And actually, the bottom slides out so you can get to everything.
Look at you. Look at you both.
No, K-Murder had those at Huntsville. I was like, I need one of those. He's like,
all right, and what's the time? Is like, so between Steve, how long did it take when you hit the button, go? How long does it take to make that?
That was about a 6-hour print.
6 hours. And Joe, what was yours?
You don't have to watch it. You can just let it go.
You need to, though.
Oh, you should.
It's highly advisable to put a camera on it so you can check in on it.
Why?
Because otherwise, you're going to come back. If something messes up, it comes off the print bed, falls over.
Back to spaghetti.
you'll come back and you're going to have a bunch of spaghetti everywhere because the filament's just coming out of the nozzle and not going anywhere but open air, and it cools and hardens as it falls out. So, but if your print head is still low enough to the bed or to the print, it's going to circle back up and start sticking to the hot nozzle, and it's just going to glob, and then you're going to have real fun chiseling that off. But
so you don't want it to get, obviously you want a nice flow going. You don't want it globbing.
Yeah.
Chile's law of hell, just replace the nozzle.
Well, I mean, that's who.
Derek wants to know, what program are you running, Joe Brett?
I haven't. So before I hit the update button, I had my printer for about a week, and I was still evaluating different the programs they refer to as slicers because everything's in a layer. The nozzle works in a layer. I was using Orica, Prusa, and Cura. I didn't find the advanced options tab or something. It was way too simple. But I used Tinkercad and maybe FreeCAD or something to try to design my own stuff. But I have not got into oh God, that's got audio. But like, there's my camera. If the printer's printing, I can see it, But
So Joe Brett, that device that you made, I think that's really cool. How long that spool? Like, was that like 1,000 feet of that filament?
Oh, no. It's actually pretty reasonable. I mean, it all depends on your size. Steve probably is more educated than I am because I just got mine a few weeks ago. But
the filament comes actually by weight.
Okay.
So that's a 1 kilogram spool. And
what did that go for?
$20 to $50, depending on brand and color and
Gotcha. Okay.
type.
Material.
Yeah.
So, I think that little print there ran me, I don't know if it was a little over an hour or close to 3 hours, but I can print some smaller stuff like this little antenna. I mean, it takes 15 minutes. It's.
Do you guys feel in 5 to 10 years the duration time will decrease? Do you think we'll be making things?
Yeah, it already has. That's the clipper that I was talking about was the faster one. So they're making 3D printers to print faster and everything. But
I mean, there's one on the space station they print parts with.
Look at that. Now I designed this tower, and it's got a lot of spider webs. This was like my second or third print. So
look, Steve, that's your tower.
A lot of imperfections there.
Is that a tilt over tower? Or?
Oh no,
first FIR.
No, FIR on the top.
I could not find a file. I could not find a file that had a 3-legged, like a run tower. I wanted a run style 3-legged tower. Well, this is like the closest thing I found, but it was still a 4-legged one, and it was tapered. And I broke the top off. So anyway, what I done is I took this one and I made a section from, it's got the little Z ladder in it. I made one section to do the Z, whatever you call it, supports. And then I just started copying and pasting them, stacked them on top of each other, lined them up until I got to the max height. This is as high as my printer prints.
Now let's add some arts and crafts in there. Can you now spray paint that? Take some Sharpie marker. You could do whatever you want. You could take a hot glue gun.
You could wrap it.
Yeah, so like if you got something you want to print that's bigger than what your printer can print, then you have to find a way to print them in different pieces and then glue them or snap them together when you get done.
Wow, this is like the old modeling days.
Yeah.
The snap tights.
The snap tights, right?
I didn't like the glue models.
And glue would get all over your hands. And
Mike says, does it do APRS though? Your little micro tower.
Not yet. I'm waiting for the lighting certificate and FCC approval for the height and everything.
So Chuck says, I got to do heat gun and clean that up.
Yeah,
JB.
Yeah, but you didn't. You forgot the last part. Just be careful.
Don't melt it.
Yeah.
Oh, you will. Okay, that's right. That's a good point.
That is printed off of PLA, and that's probably the most common for most people, unless they're doing some type of specialty stuff or they're doing PET G or whatever you want to call it. That's withstands a little more heat. But
now, guys, I'm gonna give you an idea. If you want to put some lights in that kind of stuff, they make what's called the angel lights, and usually they come in either a battery pack of either like a 1 AA. Sometimes the battery packs are bigger, but I've seen real tiny battery packs, and you can line that thing up. And that'd be really nice.
Yeah, for Christmas.
Yeah,
man.
you have a lighted miniature tower for your miniature Christmas village for your miniature ham radio operator.
And I already have that on hand. I've got the 9-volt battery boxes, the lights, the switches. Because, well, I got it because of that microphone that I done years ago that I put the blue light inside of it. It's a little decorative microphone. But anyway. So, yeah, that's a rabbit hole. So, let me poll the chat. So, I know we got Mike in here, and he agrees. I already know. But power poll everything, right?
Always. Yes.
Put you a 1 in the chat if you agree. Power polls are great, and they should go on everything.
I held out for the longest. Son Joe Brett, I held out for the longest time, not power polling, but about 4 years ago, I finally saw the light. The revelation, whatever you want to call it.
I have seen the Redeemer.
Absolutely, and now I get it. And I have power polled so many things.
Oh yeah. And
that's a rabbit hole in itself,
especially if you're moving stuff around. So I power polled I finally done the 705 and 7300 because sometimes I'll take the 705 out to a POTA, and sometimes I want to take the 7300, and I can just pop the power cord off, no problem. So power polls, I agree, they're convenient. They got their applications, and you can print plenty of 3D prints for them as well. But this past week, not only was I having issues with my printer, I also had some electrical issues in my home. And I stayed up to like 1 o'clock in the morning pulling receptacles out of the wall, testing them. I tested the continuity in the outlet itself. And then I got an extension cord and plugged it into one outlet and went over to another one and used my meter to check the continuity between that outlet and another. And I tested the whole circuit. And everything in the house, even to the circuit box, to the outlets, was checking out okay, except for where I discovered I was missing a neutral. And for your house wiring, your neutral is generally by code the white wire. I don't know why somebody decided on automobiles and 12-volt applications that red is hot and black is ground, and then they make hot ground, hot black in house wiring.
So that's the difference between AC and DC.
Yeah. So
electricians will tell you there is a clear difference between AC theory.
You're going to pick a color, So I come up from junior high and high school wiring the hell out of my vehicles with red and black wires, and then Then I grow up and own a house, and I'm starting to work on my own house wiring. That black could get you the first time you realize it's not a ground. Yeah. So anyway,
make sure you shut the breaker off.
Yeah. So
you will find Jesus and say a few 4-letter words, and then will repent.
Ryan says AC tickles and DC burns.
There you go. There you go, Ryan.
Because AC, let's go.
RF burns too. But after checking everything in the house several times for several days and phoning some electrician friends, I become to the realization that my problem was not inside the house.
What was it? Where was it?
It's coming from outside the house.
My home is a what we call in the South a double wide manufactured home. It's no longer a mobile home because they take the wheels. Okay, so you can't move it.
Do they take the axles?
Yes.
Just wheels?
You can't. Yes. For some reason they leave the tongue. I guess if we want to weld our own trailer together. But so anyway, they're manufactured units now. They're fancier than your mobile homes, unless you got a really nice RV. That's cool,
modular homes, same thing too,
Joe. Brett.
Yeah, modular homes are the same. I lived in a modular home.
Yeah. So it comes in two sections, being a double wide. And they got to put those sections together. Well, what happens to all the electrical wire and the air conditioning ducts and all that? They have to do crossovers, right? So underneath that home, you'll have a crossover where everything connects. And I discovered when I got under there and pulled this wire out from under the house.
What in the rat's name shit is that?
My whole house is power poled, man. You guys that think you got power poles on your radio is cool. Well, if you ain't got them on your house, I don't know what you're doing.
Oh my God!
Oh,
goodness.
AC power poles. Nice.
So I pulled that out, and that was my first thought. That daggone thing is power pole. Ain't that something? I beat it. But I want to say whoever did do this crossover, I'm assuming at the manufacturer for the person that actually done the installation, that is a spot on numbering job they done on those wires. That saved me a lot of time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Are they numbered on both sides the same?
Some of them are, but some of them aren't. But I mean, as long as they're connected when you see them, it should be right. And this time it was. So I knew I was looking for circuit number 7. I thought Mike may like that.
Mike got excited.
I power pole 120 volts as well. But yeah, that was something else. And here is a look at that power pole.
And what's the rating on that, Joe Brett?
It's 300 VAC, 20 amps.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So this circuit was, of course, circuit number 7 in my house goes along with the wall that the stove is on. And we also have one of those great air fryers that people love these days. And we do love. And the air fryer was also connected to this wall. Well, the air fryer shouldn't be a problem. It's, homes are generally 20 amp circuits on a breaker for regular receptacles. So then, they're designed for that, right? I couldn't figure out it. I'm not going to be able to show you probably. There's one pin that's not like the others on there.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to see it. Probably. Anyway, if you look,
there's a big one in there.
Yeah, if you look real close, this one over here on this side is not straight. So I don't know if it always had a little bit of bad connection, but there's also a little bit of warping on the plastic. And so that told me it got hot.
I was just going to say from heat or
why would that happen? So we've been in this house for about 3 or 4 years, and we've been running an air fryer for 2 or 3 maybe. So I would think I would have problems if it was the air fryer by now, but maybe not. Then I got to thinking, wait a minute. Sometimes, as much as we use this air fryer, I bet the times that we've used the griddle, we've probably used them at the same time, and that's probably pushing the 20 amp load.
Electrical flat tops like that, their energy. Oh yeah, that's a whole lot of voltage.
Yeah, so let's just assume the air fryer is pulling 15 amps. That's okay on its own, but when you add the griddle to it, and then it starts drawing
another 15, 20.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you're getting up to 18, 20, maybe a little bit more.
You're pushing it. Yeah, you're pushing it.
It's not throwing the breaker. But anyway, I just wanted to show people a 120 volt power pole.
AC, yeah.
AC. And it works the same way. It's got the little prongs in it and snaps together.
I wonder if they have special crimpers or it's the same type of crimper that we use for the DC stuff.
Well, give me a moment. See which one's easier to open. Yeah, I don't lock them. Okay, here we go. So this little clear plastic top.
I'm thinking like one of those little Chinese things that your fingers get stuck.
The plastic top folds, and you got these. Another thing that electricians hate is that blade push in, whatever they call it,
vampire tap.
Oh, those are awful. That's the stupidest thing they ever come up with. And usually, like for the receptacles in your house that has this, they make a tool that holds it and then clamps the wires down in there. But I don't have one of those, so I usually use like a Phillips or a flathead, just whichever one I can shove that wire down in there, and that's not good either. So,
Joe, where that's located under the house, no problems with moisture, with humidity or whatever.
No, they did a real good job with the pad and the plastic and everything, and I've regularly checked it for moisture down there, and we all good on that. So,
no varmints, no little four-legger or sidewinders get in there, and
not yet. Good.
So, okay.
I've stuffed a lot of old Pepsi bottles and rocks and stuff in the holes and keep them crawling up in there. Yeah. So what did I do? Why do I have this? Because I ain't bought no. These things ain't really cheap. They're like $14, $15 a piece, and I had to get this fixed. So I did what any real electrician would do.
Power poles.
Electrical tape.
Wire nuts, baby. Wire nuts and electrical tape.
These nuts.
Right?
So it's working now, working good. There was duct tape involved as well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my week. And I was a little tied up this week, and I really hated that I did not get a video out. But I wasn't having fun last week, and if I'm not having fun, I don't want to portray that on a video because you're going to see my attitude, whether I'm trying to fake it in a smile or not. And
that video can possibly get a lot of views. You know that.
That's very true.
Very true. I'll be honest. If I'd known I was going to find them AC power poles under my house, it would have been a video. I would have got one of these TYT radios and put a power pole on the other end of it and hooked that baby up and blew it up.
That'd be lit.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hold that in your hand for long.
Steve, you got something you're going to share?
Well, I love how manufacturers like using stuff like that. This was on the club trailer.
Oh, wow.
Can you make it bigger for a minute?
Oh, let's see.
Hang on. Actually, I'm going to make my screen bigger.
The three dots.
Wow.
That's a nest.
Yep.
So what you're looking at here, these are all the wires for the trailer brakes. And the white wire right here that's got no connection on it is the backup battery. Should the trailer come disconnected from the trailer.
Of course. And it's tied off.
Well, it's tied off because I've got the battery out because I was rewiring it. The crazy part is, can you see that black wire right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's cut off with nothing connected to it? Yeah, that's supposed to be the charge circuit for that battery.
That's a problem.
Those little blue things, those taps are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, if you make it bigger for a minute. I see some heat there in the middle. That middle one there. Look at that's dark. It's very dark. That could be something getting very hot in there. Go to the middle one where it says 560 or
this one
right there. Yeah, now go up a little more. Go up a little right there.
Oh, right there, yeah.
That's a shadow.
Oh, that's shadow. Okay.
Yeah, because that's a much thicker wire going into the thin blue. But they tapped it there instead of butt splicing it, and then they tapped it here to go to 2 points. And I'm just like,
so they put a 50 ohm big blue wire into a 75 ohm little blue wire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That'd mess up the velocity factor, man.
Oh.
And this box area, is it open? Because I'm seeing some copper, and you don't want to see no copper. You don't want things.
It's not truly open. I mean, it does have a lid on it, but these holes that you see here, yeah, they're open all the time.
So Steve's going to rewire all that, right?
Going to?
Hey, look, there's another wire that's cut.
How about already done?
Hey, look at that. With butt connectors.
With waterproof butt connectors.
Nice.
And the hell, there's another wire that's cut. When you got mismatched colors, Steve, come on, man.
Well, okay. Here's the reason for the mismatched colors.
Your Honor.
It's the wiring standard for a 7-pin. That yellow wire that's cut, I actually did heat shrink on it and capped it off. That is the reverse lights that we don't have on this trailer.
You could.
I could.
Well, Amazon was out of being Tech Go yellow wire, so
Adam could probably hook you up with some gauge antenna yellow wire, soda beams or something.
Soda beams, yeah.
Yeah, soda beams wouldn't. I don't think it'd carry the amperage to those ones.
I don't know. They sell them things in Italy.
This is true. But yeah, they like half-ass and shit. I'll go ahead and say it.
That works.
Quirky says mixing colors is legal now. Step up.
Well, and the other thing that was not in that box was a charging circuit. And I picked up a charger for that battery off of Amazon. So that's now in there.
Nice. Making improvements.
Man, I really don't know where my topic's going to fit in. You guys are talking like radio and electricity.
Man, you just jump in, dude. Once you jump in and everybody else has got to deal with it,
Water's
there.
warm. Come on, man. Water's warm.
No, I was just going to say, for those of you who are looking for something cool for your for those that are hard to find a gift for.
I need a good advent calendar, Shane.
An advent calendar is the way to go.
Oh my God! Did we not let you show this 40 minutes ago?
No, son, bitch.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So,
you know what the problem is with the advent calendars? But they have the candy. I'm the guy who can't open up like on December 5th. I can't just open up the December 5th door or window.
I have the advent calendar to take care of that for you.
Okay.
Because this advent calendar does not have any things to open.
Okay. Then it's not.
I'm listening.
It still shows you from day to day and gives you a countdown until Christmas, but it provides you with a little bit more satisfaction. Because if you notice in our chat tonight that we had people who said that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my idea and my contribution to for those of you looking for a Christmas idea is the ultimate in Advent calendar, and that would be a Nakatomi Plaza with Hans Gruber falling from the Nakatomi Plaza.
Oh, look at that!
Every day until Christmas.
Look at that!
Yippee-ki-yay, mother!
Look at that!
Yeah. Probably the coolest thing I've ever found on Amazon.
I like the hurricane lamp in the back.
I agree.
And it got no lights on it.
Well, it's totally customizable. So if you would like to put lights on it, you sure can.
I would like to put lights on it. Can you do that?
No, I will send you the
light
link.
in each day.
Is that one of our raffles tonight? Are we raffling?
No, it's not. No, it's not one of our raffles.
Thing?
I'm dropping a link in the chat.
Is that an
So
affiliate link?
if you would like to, fuck you, Steve. If you would like to pick one of these up,
talk dirty to me.
You may do so. Anyway,
that's cool.
I hate you, Steve. So tonight we do have a giveaway. Let's give away something, and I'm going to let you guys decide. We have a T-shirt from Quirky QRP. We have a Ham Shack ref mat. We have two of those. Mm-hmm. We have an ITU zone map to give away. We have another stealth scan antenna, and we have 2 finger Morse keys. And we have another antenna trolley. Or we have a bag of coffee from Carlos.
Whoa.
Maybe we can give that away. Do you want to give that away? Let's give away that.
Let's go for the coffee.
Let's give away a bag of coffee from Carlos K9OL, as I've been corrected. It's no longer KD9OLN.
Yep. Yeah, change your ham alerts, guys.
Right, exactly.
That's why I ain't heard it. What? Hang on. Let's do this as a family.
What's that?
I'm going to ham alert, so I do this as a family here.
Take your ham alert.
Yeah, I changed mine. Yeah, I changed mine. Sure enough, he's been popping every once in a while.
All right, I'm going to leave his old in there in case somebody tries to hijack it.
Mm-hmm. So, well, and while Shane's getting the giveaway set up,
what's this call sign now?
K9OL.
Okay.
Kilo 9 Oscar Lima.
When I got my rental car in San Diego, what are the odds that this song would be the one that comes on the radio?
Nice.
That's awesome.
Knowing I was headed to the Kansas City barbecue.
That's nice. That's awesome.
So I had to get a picture of that.
All right. So while we're waiting, we have a bag of coffee from Carlos. Put the word free fall in the chat.
I wasn't listening. Bag of coffee from Carlos, that's like unattainable.
Yeah, unobtainium.
He says that's some really
Free fall
for you
in the
coffee connoisseurs. He says
That
that's
is some
an incredible
good coffee.
They say it's a good brew, man.
Hey,
if
he
you're a
brewed
coffee-
some at Huntsville, Alabama, and it was great.
Now listen, guys. When you get whoever is this winner, don't be doing a white elephant or a Secret Santa. You keep this for yourself. This is for the coffee drinker. Keep this for yourself and enjoy it.
Shane, is this coming as whole bean?
I have no idea. I'll let Carlos decide between himself and the owner whether or not he needs to pre-grind that or not. And why
Shane,
won't it let me share this?
It's amazing.
There
we dropped down to about 133, 134, then we went up to 140. Someone doesn't like coffee, went down to 139.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, yeah, the whole bean, if you've got a grinder, is the way to go.
We'll work with Carlos on that and get that sorted out for you guys. 138 people watching, 75 on the entry.
There you go.
See, Mike says Carlos's coffee is literally some of the best coffee I've ever had.
There you go.
If Vern is still in here, Vern has got he has some pretty damn good coffee himself.
Yeah, true.
I have 2 more sample bags that Vern sent over to me for me to sample, and so far, everyone that myself or my coworkers have tried have been fantastic. So,
hey, I just want to reply to K7 UAP. Guess what, my friend? You still may have an option. Okay, you know what? You know what your option is? Quirky Clubhouse. It's a discount code when you go over to
that's right.
And there's discounts for shipping, discounts for what you buy, and you know the plethora of items.
I was going to say, we're going to be giving away one here soon, too. So,
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You have options.
there you go, with the ticker.
And there you go. The options have shown up.
So once again, like what Joe Brett was saying earlier, when someone wants to know what to get you, there you go. You can get anything to make your ham radio family or friend happy.
He released a new clock as well, which looks freaking awesome.
That shortwave clock. Yeah.
Yep.
He has a couple, I think, on there.
I was going to say, and if you're not careful, he'll release a new shirt with something that you've said.
That's so true. All right, so at 90, we're going to draw this. We're at 84 now. There's 140 people watching, so come on.
You know what's fun? When James is on the streams, we always find something for an idea, for a suggestion for a new T-shirt. Somebody says something, and it's so funny. It's great. I love it. John Peters, check your spelling. Guys, type it in exactly as you see it on the screen.
All lowercase, no spaces.
Hurry up, John Peters. If you want this, change it.
All right, 3 more, and I'm going to hit the button.
We're at 87 with 140 watching.
Oh, 89.
Oh, there.
1 to go. We still haven't decided what we're going to give away to Phil from last week, right? Oh, there's 90. There it is. Who it is.
The survey says.
Way to go, Ham.
Hey.
Coffee. There we go. I'm going to hide that.
You ain't going to try to say that first part?
Whitaco?
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I said it right the first time.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
If you will, Quitico Ham, if you will shoot me an email, hamradioclubhouse@gmail.com, we'll get that over to Carlos, and he will take care of the shipping for that. Thanks for everyone who participated this evening. Next week, we've got a bunch of giveaways, and then we got the Creme de la Creme giveaway on the 26th. What have we given away so far? Have you guys have we looked at this? Hold on, let me see here. Oh, someone's already updated. Thank you, Steve.
Yep, I got you.
We've given away, let's see, Steve has given away a signal stick. Vern donated an FT4X that was given away. We have coffee from Carlos. We have 3 coupons, $25 from W0 AEZ battery. He also gave away a battery and a radio. The Clubhouse has given away 2 FT5DRs and a DX Commander. Joe Brett has given away a Radioddity RX VR and a MFJ 566P. He still has, a
Joe.
power station to give away too.
Joe's facial expressions was like,
Right?
What was the radio oddity I gave away? What?
The RX VR.
What is that?
Not sure. You gave it away to KY4GM.
I remember that call sign.
Yep.
Yeah, because that was the one that went to the 666 area code or zip code.
Yeah.
Not sure
whatever.
what that is.
Joe, just pull
South
a radio
Carolina.
out of the back. Joe, just reach behind and pull a radio.
So
The difference between hell and South Carolina, at least in South Carolina, you get a screen door.
Right.
I did have a viewer of my channel. He wanted to purchase this with a coupon that Zygo sent him. And he wanted me to do some videos of some questions that he personally had to test some things out. It's got wireless charging for your phone at the top, and it works quite nicely.
Oh, wow.
It's got a nice light on the back. Throw a party, call
There
SOS.
goes my seizure.
Yeah. It has power pole connection, USB, quick charge, I guess, some barrel connectors, and USB-C and AC. This is, I don't want to give this away.
What kind of power can we pull out of that thing?
Let me tell you.
Not enough because he doesn't want to give it away.
This thing, a lot of battery things, put the AC to DC, DC to AC, whatever, puts out some hash in your radios.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing is so cool because it's, for one, it's small, but I had some soldering work to do on some stuff outside. So I took my solder station. Several times I have ran my solder station off this thing outside in the yard.
Nice.
With no problem. No clicking on and off or anything. And I'm like, damn, our agreement was I would give it away. So our next show, when's our next show? When is our next show?
Next week,
Tuesday.
yeah.
Tuesday.
Next
Do you want to do
Tuesday.
that or do you want to
What's
save
the-
it until the
what's
26th?
Next week. Let's do it next week.
All right.
I'll save the funds. It's got a battery in it, so I have to
That's
tell the post office,
That's $12.19.
and it weighs a little bit. So I'm sorry, but unless you want to work out shipping, I have to keep it in the States. But if you want to work out shipping, I'll be glad. Send it to my PayPal. I'll swipe it at the post office. You paid for it, or you getting it. So that's a disclaimer on that one.
Looks like it's limited to 8 amps on the power pole.
I don't know. Didn't read the manual. Who reads that?
Take a look at the front of it, son.
We're all waiting for the YouTube video on it.
Well, you didn't put one out.
It says AC
8
outlet.
amps.
The power pole. Yeah,
Power
yeah.
pole.
Yep.
It does say 8 amps.
1 amp and 3 amp on the Type A.
Yeah. So I really like this thing because all the other ones I got are pretty big compared to this. So
The EcoFlow is not much bigger than that.
The hash monster.
Only on AC.
The best thing about this, chat just reminded me, the best thing about this, you'll never have to worry about firmware updates.
That's true.
Because they won't do it.
So very true. We have 2 Slink Tennas also slated for the giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
One donated by James over Quirky QRP, the creator of the Slink Tenna. One donated by Steve, KO4AFL.
Let's
Shane,
do
have you
another
checked your
giveaway.
phone?
Let's do another giveaway right now. Come on,
Why
let's
should I
do
check
one
my
more.
phone?
Because Mike asked you to
Yeah, Mike asked you to.
with the
But
exclamation mark.
Let's do one more giveaway. Come on. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Mike, you need to take that banana away from Satan.
Oh, my.
Wow. Just wow. Wow.
Yo,
Hey Izzo, you want to tell K7 UAP snow cones?
yeah, I'm trying to get him up here. There we go.
Yeah.
So listen,
Why
if
don't
you
we
got,
do this channel, Izzo?
if you're new here, why do we do this? Okay, so we said, and this is no disrespect to any other ham radio
No, it's
YouTube
just-
channel
Just our
show.
format.
This is what we decided to do. Okay, every single donation. Yeah, okay. Besides that, we're badass. Every single donation that we get from you guys, minus any caustic for us to run the show itself. No money comes into us. Out of the 6 of us, we have never taken a penny, and nor will we. We give it right back. Any donations of equipment, whether it's new, whatever. James is a big supporter of us. We deeply appreciate him. We're giving it right back. We're not keeping any of this stuff. Okay, it's a lot of great stuff that we would probably love to keep, but that would go against what we said. And we're ethical people at the end of the day. Listen, we like to have fun. I know sometimes we kind of toe the line of something R-rated, G-rated, to whatever. But in reality here, we're giving it right back to keep the ham radio community going. We understand some people, it costs more to live today than it did many years ago. I'm not going to get into the politics. That's not what this show is about. But the point is, we know a lot of people are struggling to make ends meet. Gas is more, bacon is more, your groceries are more, your home heating, whatever. Clothes are more. But if we can help lessen and lighten the load a little bit, hey, if I can make somebody happy, if Shane, Steve, Joe Brett, Molson, Beer Snack, if we can all make you guys a little bit happier, guess what? That makes us sleep at night, as far as I'm concerned. So.
And let's add this, though. It's not just us. We've got plenty of viewers now and in the past that still come and go that has gave and donated as well. We've had
Correct.
Several folks that gave radios and
solder stations.
Oh my God, that's right. So much, and we give it right back.
Apparently, Satan loves listening to the show. Because Satan is listening in the background as we're discussing.
Meow.
Nipples and all.
Sorry.
Derek, that's not true.
I would like to throw another disclaimer. What everything Izzo said was correct, but we should mention that we decided to do this because when we gave Shane the financials, if you will go back into the early episodes, you'll see him without a shirt on in Mexico chasing rodents around. And we decided he couldn't have the account anymore. So Beer Snack take care of that.
That was a lot of bail money. That was a lot of bail money to get this guy back into the
still
state.
Paying them off.
Yeah. That hotel cartel.
We're 143 shows in. This has been fantastic. We've changed lives of a lot of people with our initial giveaway ideas, which were the radio stations. One went to close to Joe Brett's home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who
that changed the way we've done things.
Yep, has done a fantastic job of keeping track of things. We like to give away to people who support the channel. Whether monetarily you're watching ads or just being here every week, we like to give that. That's why you see us do these drawings of people who are in the chat. So we're going to try to do something really special for the end of the year to clear out the piggy bank, because we can't thank you guys enough for everything that you've done. Even if it's something as simple as watching an ad and not hitting the skip the ad button. That contributes to the show, whether it's a super chat. Speaking of, Wayne Winton, thank you so much for becoming a new member of the channel. Mike, thanks for the $20 super chats. It's things like that keep the show going, keep us involved in it, because sometimes we'll look at each other and go, why in the F are we doing this? And then we have a really cool show where we change a bunch of people's lives, and that's kind of cool. Somebody who says, hey, I can't afford an antenna, and they end up winning an antenna out of the deal, and
or getting a good discount.
Yeah, do another giveaway. Do another giveaway. Come on.
Of
last
what?
one for tonight. Whatever.
Okay, while you discuss that,
okay, go ahead.
While we're being sappy, although we have most awesome folks in chat with us week after week, every one of you is very appreciated, but I got to give a special shout out to Ariel Rod. Peanut butter and jelly.
A-Rod, peanut butter jelly time.
A-Rod was with us when we started this crap on Discord.
In Discord, yeah.
A-Rod, peanut butter and jelly, was always entertaining us with his inventions. He was. His garage was full of parts everywhere of antennas and whatever else he may come think of. why he's never put that on YouTube for me to just binge watch when I'm in my recliner. Because I enjoy watching people make
Joe,
stuff.
do you remember he can only join us back in the day? He was only able to join us because the kids need the internet for school or for whatever. And like a good parent, he waited until they went to bed.
That's right. Ariel was a great dude. Wish we could see more of him, but he's been there from the time we started punching each other in gut in Discord. But just wanted to say a good hello to him.
Yeah. All right,
Brian,
so Izzo, absolutely, yeah. Jody, thanks
Brian
for the $5 super sticker, appreciate. And Brian, K0HO, Brian, thanks for the $10 super chat. All right, Izzo, this is gonna be the Izzo choice. Is it a T-shirt from James at Quirky? Is it a Ham Shack reference map from Quirky? An ITU zone map from Quirky? A stealth scan antenna? A finger Morris? Or another antenna trolley?
Good God, are you just reading off the website?
No, I'm reading off of the giveaway that James that gave us.
James may be quirky, but he's a hell of a dude.
James has been, pardon my French, James has been fucking amazing at celebrating this channel. And
we do not use such language.
Yeah, we do. And all the stuff that we've done. Daniel, look at that. Thanks for the flex fund.
Listen, buddy. Molson, you keep it up. And one of our raffles is going to be a day with Molson on the farm up there.
Yeah, squeezing cows.
And you're going to be, Molson's hired hand or whatever you want to call it. And so be careful, Molson.
JJ, thanks for the $5 super chat. I'm going to try to go back and get everybody at the end of the show, but appreciate it.
Didn't we have a slink antenna?
Slink antenna. So the slink antennas we're going to save until December the 26th. We're going to give away 2 of those. Steve has donated one of those, and James at Quirky QRP has donated one of those. So those will be on 12/26. So tonight you have the option of a antenna trolley, a finger Morris key, a stealth scan antenna, an ITU zone map, desk mat, or a Ham Shack reference mat, or a T-shirt.
Let's go with the mat for the shack. Not the IT one, the other one. I really
just
like
a regular Ham Shack reference mat?
Yeah. Do we have a picture of that? Do we have a picture that we can quickly show?
I will work on that as long as you guys
okay, we'll show everybody. No. And do we have time for one additional one? Listen, you might as well make it a hat trick around here as far as I'm concerned. It's Christmas. And I already know what I want the third one. I already know. Listen, I'm giving it out, baby. I'm giving it. I already know what I want to do for the third item, so. The third item I want to do is the Morris key. I want to support CW. I don't listen, guys. You know me. I'm not a CW guy. I respect it. I love it. But so raffle number 2 right now that we're going to do.
That would be raffle number 3.
What? We just gave.
We already gave away one.
This is going to be number 2.
Okay, so the next one's going to be the mat or the key.
The mat.
Okay.
So number 2 is going to be the mat. Guys, don't go away everywhere. We're going to do a mat right now, and then we're going to do a Morris, the key, and then we're going to say goodbye. So that's what we're going to do tonight.
All right, it's been said.
All right, then.
All right, hold on here.
And these mats are great. They've got the phonetic alphabet, your Q codes. It's got Morse code on it, and even your 5 9s on there. So
take it out in the field, put it in the shack, guys. There's a lot of great. There's a lot of. This is right. POTA, soda. I don't care what you're doing. Winter Field Day coming up. You go if you operate from home. Guess what? This thing is so versatile and great.
Well, what's really nice about this is over here on the right hand side, it gives you the common AM frequencies as well as the calling frequencies for each band.
Yeah, so kind of stay away. Be a good gentleman. Yeah.
There
you go, guys. Type it in exactly as you see it on the screen for the map. Type in the word James, all lowercase, if you want one of these.
I keep mine in my POTA bag.
And like I said earlier, again, guys, if it's something there, go to James's Quirky QRP on Hey, how do you pronounce it? Is it Easty, Este?
Etsy.
Etsy. Whole plethora. And don't ask me to spell plethora, and I hope I enunciated that correctly. Whole plethora of great items over there. And like what Joe Brett was saying, if somebody wants to buy you something, stocking stuffer or whatever, the kids all want to pull their money. Very reasonably priced, great quality. And it's ham radio stuff. That's what I like about this stuff. Thank you, Steve, for putting up the URL. For dropping it. Thank you.
Etsy shop in there, and then I'm sure we can flip the banner back on for your coupon code. As soon as I find it, there it is.
There it is. So, guys, again,
93 on this one looks like.
Wow, everybody wants one of these, huh?
Oh yeah,
Some hot stuff, man.
They're fantastic.
High quality.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you guys, this is a high quality. This is not something that's just going to like deteriorate. This is going to last you. I mean, obviously take care of it, but this is quality stuff. So
well, and if you take a mouse out to the field for your computer, it makes a
there
great
you go.
mouse pad.
Oh, excellent, Steve. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're sitting on that wooden picnic bench or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys call it
95 or 100. What do you think?
95.
95. Two more. James.
When we get to 500, we'll click the button.
Yeah, also protects your laptop or you from that table. You're absolutely right. Again, a lot of uses.
You got 10 seconds.
Remember, put it into the chat real quickly, lowercase JAMES.
There's one more.
One away. Come on. Who's got it?
Don't think, just do. Pretend you're at the carnival right now.
Ten seconds.
Did he take down the Izzo shirt?
All right, here we go. Who's it gonna be?
Round and round it goes.
Yep, there it is. Okay.
Sam Weaver. Look at that.
There you go.
Sending it to the dumpster.
EEO, going directly to the dumpster fire.
Our brother Sam. Excellent.
Congratulations, Sam.
That looks like Sam's at Bookies in that picture.
Right?
Hey, Sam, you know the drill. You got to send an email.
Don't make me chase you down.
Yeah, because we know where you live.
In the dumpster fire.
Yeah, he's in the dumpster fire.
So in between that, and I guess you're finna queue up the next one, right?
Yep. The more.
So what is the next giveaway?
That Morse code.
Oh, the finger. Okay, gotcha.
Because I want to support Morse code. I support it in our hobby. I know people say that in a weird way because I don't do Morse code. I love listening to it.
Yep. So in between this and queuing up the next one, look, now I know the first thing we do is traditional hams. We throw away the freaking manual. We don't follow instructions and we try to figure it out for ourselves. Well, I've got it figured out for you. If you would like your chance to be featured in one of Mike's Ham Radio Tube's K8 MRD Mailbag Monday videos and you want your Dear Santa letter read in time for Christmas, please see the chat. Your email is listed, k8mrd@icloud.com. He would love to relay your message to Santa to see what you want. Be serious, be funny. You know what kind of guy Mike is. He'll love either way. Help him make some content and featuring you.
Absolutely.
Do it. Don't say I'll do it later. You'll never do it. As soon as the show ends, send him a freaking email. Use ChatGPT to come up with something so you ain't got to type it. Whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Send a man something to read to Santa.
All right, we got that picture of that Morris cure.
Oh, yeah, let me grab that.
Thank you for those that are saying you already done it. Wasn't yelling at you. Thank you.
There you go. There's the finger Morse key.
Did
So
die,
you guys-
did die.
That's right.
Don't be a did on the die. Enter for the giveaway, man.
You reset that.
Yeah, Eric, if you want to return to sender email, go ahead and use MARD. Maybe I may have mispronounced it, but I spelled it right in the chat.
James, I just realized you were a sick man, but I love you for it. He's come back out with the quirky keychain, which is how I first heard about him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
His 40-meter keychain is on 7.2.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. Eric, I did misspell his email in the last part of the comment, but the first part, learn it the way you see it first, not the way you were taught out. K8MRD@iCloud.com. Thanks.
So there you go, guys. Dit, all lowercase. Get it into the chat. It's getting late. Let's go.
2 dits. Huh? Yeah, that's funny.
This is the last one for tonight.
2 bits? What?
2 dits on the screen.
Did.
Dit.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to pay to see 2 dits.
Other times you can just watch Clubhouse.
I know her. No.
Oh.
Three dits and 3 dies.
Mm. Go ahead, Mo.
137 watching. So
Mo's going to do that Morse code down in South Carolina. I see Kevin, John Peters, our brother Phil, Jason.
Ron says your dits are showing.
Go ahead, Arthur. Look at this. Put it. Ariel. Gray man. Oh, not gray man. Type out.
You misspelled that.
You misspelled
No,
that.
I don't think he did. I think he knew exactly what he was putting down. But
Look at Shaq and Greg wants one. Look at this.
Oh, Scott. I do want to say it's good to see Scott in chat tonight as well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Ham Radio for
Great.
non-techies. Great to see you in there, buddy.
Great. He's got a great YouTube channel. He has a great Facebook group page, and that Facebook group page that he runs, you don't see any nonsense on there. So he does a good job. I like that. Thank you.
he is looking for pictures of your go boxes.
Good
that.
point.
I actually got to take a picture of mine out in the car. So what are we at? 80?
78. So at 80, we're going to hit the button.
Hurry up, guys.
Meanwhile, Joe Brett's over there adding from all 5 of his YouTube accounts.
I know you'll just give it away to somebody else.
One to go. One to go.
Thank you, Sam.
There we go. That's 80.
Round and round it goes.
The
Round and
fastest
round it goes.
emailer.
80 and hit the button right away. Wow.
You ain't playing around.
Frequency Frontiers.
Congratulations
on the Finger Morse key. Send us an email.
Is that a channel or
hamradioclubhouse
just a
at
clever name?
gmails.com.
All right, guys. So that's going to wrap it up. You know what's going to happen next week because we
Around
got
the world? Yeah.
we got the big guy coming. The big guy will be here.
So he says.
He'll be here, I think.
Okay.
Listen. You
I'm waiting for
believe
Frequency Frontier to say thanks, but under a different channel name. I haven't seen Frequency Frontiers before. Glad to have you if you're new to the show. Glad you made it all the way through this.
I want to know why Shaq and Greg think this thing is fixed. I would love to get inside Shaq and Greg's head.
Don't make me chase you down. If you don't win, your prize goes back into the pot.
Greg, Norm's already told you that Dad's mad. You quit suck facing the girl out there again. Get home. You missed dinner.
So, do we want to start wrapping this up? We're way. Oh wow, we're 25 minutes over.
Just said we was hitting the button after the giveaway.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're done, man. As far as I'm concerned, we're going to see everybody
73
next
to
week.
everybody. We will see you next week. Appreciate you joining us. I'll hit the outro. Good night.
Thanks, guys. Next week, a lot of ho, ho, ho.